and get a free coat.
Get ready for the woods at Outlaw Sporting Goods in Greenwood. Find stands, attractants, feed, ammunition, rifles, and shotguns. Outlaw is a certified Benelli dealer. Find boots and clothing from Southern Marsh, Cool, and Drake. We have a wall of handguns, archery range, bows by Hoyt, Elite, and Bowtech, crossbows, youth bows, Rage, broadheads, Yeti coolers in every size and color. Duck hunters, we have decoys, shells, and waders. If you need it, Outlaw Sporting Goods has it. When you leave Outlaw Sporting Goods, you just feel better. Outlaw Sporting Goods, Greenwood.
Welcome back as we wrap up the Delta South Motors pregame show. Delta South Motors, located at 400 Highway 82, Indianola. They are your Delta dealer with the better deal on late model, low mileage cars, trucks, and SUVs. Go by and see Tommy Cook or give him a call at 662-887-7757. You can find their inventory online at deltasouthmotors.com and also on Facebook by searching Delta South Motors. We are set for kickoff here from Legion Field. Thomas Putnam, Day-Day Willis back deep to return the kick of Michael Basha, who tees it up at the 40. Colts will kick right to left. Colonels will work left to right as you look at your radio. Good crowd here on the home side for senior night. A few green and white shirts sprinkled across the way as Basha with a short, high kick going to be taken by Kimball at the 30. Turns it up the middle, gets to the 40, taken down at the 43, and that's where the Colonels will start. Great field position. Tackle made by number 50, Andrew Williamson. It'll be 1st and 10, Big Blue at their own 43.
I like that little quick step that Kimball did there, timing his steps. He took a little short one there at the last second before being hit, and then, boom, squirted through there between about 3 would-be tacklers and got a little extra yardage before being brought to the ground. Like the sparks and the intensity there by the senior. Good job running the ball and covering it up, protecting.
Davis will open out of the gun, trips left with Kimball, Putnam, and Lester. He'll be up back to the right side. Davis swings it out left, caught by Kimball, spinning his way near the first down marker. They'll say he stepped out at midfield. It'll be a 7-yard gain. Tackle made by Philip Brownlee.
Well, nice wide receiver screen set out there to the left, wide side of the field to start the game for the Colonels offense. Going to give us a second down and manageable play. Put Lester in motion out there. He is the blocking back suddenly with a head full of steam. Look out defensive backs, and he really opened it up there. Colts actually did a good job converging onto the ball, and that could have been a long ways to run there for Kimball.
2nd and 3, Colonels from midfield. Stephon Smith and James Hill will come to the near side. 3 receivers left. Now Lester comes in motion near side. Davis will swing it out to him in the flat. Complete. Lester muscles his way to a Greenville Motorsports first down, carrying Colts defenders inside the 45 to the 43. Another 7-yard gain and a Greenville Motorsports first down as Jeffrey Corso comes up to make the stop.
Look at 58, Drew Tannehill, the sophomore guard, downfield blocking, getting a head full of steam down there, seeing that Lester wasn't done yet, getting down the field and blocking for him, trying to get that extra needed yards. Whenever you're betting, I'm not a betting man much, but when Lester's out in the flats and open, he catches the ball on that wheel route there. He had a head full of steam, beautifully run and executed play for the first down.
Ball on the near hash, 3 receivers left, 2 to the right. Now James Hill goes in motion, play action, Davis to pass, right side, caught by Smith at the 34, taken down at the 30. 13-yard pitch and catch, another Greenville Motorsports first down. Ecos Nolan comes over to make the tackle.
Kind of a Jimmy Graham, Josh Hill, and the guy, what's his name, Gronkowski, those big tight ends stacked over there. Stephon Smith, the tight end, stacking out at wide receiver as well, following in the footsteps of those big guys. Hits it deep out there. Will Davis is 3 for 3 perfect on his first series.
Pat, 1st and 10 from the 30, no score. Just under 11 minutes to play first quarter. Davis swings it out left side, this time completed to Putnam. He's thrown to the ground. Ball is loose, but they're going to say Putnam was down. They'll mark it at the 25, a 5-yard pickup as Seth Campbell came up to make the stop.
Yeah, I was about to say Seth Campbell throwing Putnam down there with authority. Wow, he really slammed that ball. Nice open field tackle there by Campbell. Fortunately for the Colonels, Putnam was down on the ground, and the ground forced the fumble. Making a nice drive here so far, 4 for 4 on the first series on offense, passing. Hadn't ran the ball yet. Doesn't bother me. I like this move, and I like the aggressiveness of the coaches.
10:15 to play first quarter, no score. 2nd and 5, Colonels from the Colts 25. Davis to pass again. Throws right side through the hands of Putnam on the slant route. That time a little too hot. I think Putnam may have been thinking about the end zone before he hauled it in. That'll leave the Colonels with 3rd and 5.
He was thinking about that. Also, when you run that slant route across the middle of the field, you also have to have that head on a swivel, thinking about that free safety about to pop you right in the helmet. And Putnam just could not come down with that pass. I like the call, though. Had the slant from the wide receiver on the outside, had the tight end on an out.
3rd and 5. Lester comes in motion near side. First run of the night. They give it to Lester. Springs free. 15, 10, 5. Is he in there? Still no indication. Yes, he is. Touchdown, Colonels. Well, Lester outran the official. He had to catch up from about the 10 to see if he got in. And Lester puts the Colonels on the board. A 25-yard run, his 19th of the season.
I might have seen why we came out passing so much, just trying to practice on a little game, live game action here on passing the ball. Get used to that, as we know we're going to be in the playoffs next week. We're going to continue playing. You might as well go and get this live game time action practicing on it, because we were able to run at will. Lester did a good job getting into the end zone there, vaulting into the secondary, got out in the wide open, and just outran everybody, like you said, even including the officials.
A new kicker this week, and the extra point is no good. That is Hudson, I believe, on the extra point attempt. Not sure where Robertson is. That was the only change we had earlier, was the one we mentioned with James Hill going to be in there for Eli Lipsy, but the extra point no good. Score remains 6-0. Colonels with 10 minutes to play in the first quarter. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back with Colonel football on Super Talk for the Delta.
Folks, Brady Smith with Sunflower Lumber and Home Center here to tell you about our company. Since the 1940s, Sunflower Lumber has been in the same location with the same mission we have today. That's customer service and satisfaction to the fullest. Our dedicated, knowledgeable staff is here to work for you, whether adding on to the hunting camp, updating your kitchen or bath, spring cleaning around your property, or replacing your roof. We're your first stop for all your project needs. Stop by today at 204 Highway 82 in Indianola, or give us a call at 662-887-1511 and see what shopping local can do for you. That's Sunflower Lumber and Home Center, and go Colonels.
Pecans are only the beginning of what you'll find at Indianola Pecan House. Stop in for gift items from your favorite universities, great silver and gold jewelry from designers like Ronaldo, gourmet food items, cupcakes, caramel and pound cake, pecan pies, all made fresh daily. And they also create custom gift baskets for any occasion. Come in and sample their most recent flavors of pecans, crunchy praline popcorn and crunchy praline. Serving pecans around the world for over 30 years from 1013 Highway 82 East. Indianola Pecan House, home of the original praline pecan.
Welcome back. Hudson's kick taken by Seth Campbell at the 20, and a nice return up across the 40 to the 44. Gives the Colts good field position to start their first drive of the night. 9:50 to play first quarter. Colonels on top of the Colts 6-0.
Well, the Colonels just ran downfield and did a good job of running their lanes. Gives Lee Academy credit, though, just not going down with the first tackles. Made a few people miss. And actually got a pretty good starting field position to start this first series on offense here in the first quarter.
1st and 10, Colts.
Watson, I want to say it's been probably since week 1 since we've missed a PAT. I can't call us missing one here recently.
I want to correct myself. It's Hamp Judson. I believe I said Hudson earlier. Hamp Judson handling the kicking duties tonight for the Colonels. Quarterback for the Colts is Hayes Clegg. He fakes the give, calls his own number straight ahead, works to midfield before his forward progress is stopped. Josh Hill in there along with Ashton Powell.
You know, Watson, you mentioned it earlier. Clarksdale Lee at 4-4 is coming in here. They have nothing to lose, everything to gain. They're hoping. They're right now. You said they're on the threshold of making the playoffs. If they win this game, that would really vault up some nice power points for them. So they're coming out here with all of it laid out there, all the cards on the table, and they're really going to try to play Indianola Academy here. They're not going to lay down. The Colonel's going to have to pay attention, get that head on the swivel.
2nd and 4, Colts from midfield. Clegg will take Nolan in motion far side, calls his own number again, and he's wrestled down. Peyton Barnes got there early, got him down low, and Stephon Smith came in to clean things up, a loss of 2. Back to the 48.
Man, you like when your nose guard's the first person in the backfield. Big play there by Peyton Barnes. Did a good job. He actually hemmed up both the fullback and the quarterback. They couldn't get on a timing pattern there, and instead of picking one and not going for the other, he held both of them at bay there that time. Great job by Peyton Barnes, your nose guard.
3rd and 6, Colts from their own 48, 8:28 to play first quarter. Colonels leading 6-0. Clegg will work from the gun. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Fakes the give, drops back, has the screen set up. It's caught by Campbell, taken down immediately by Powell. There is a flag down in the backfield, and that appears to be roughing the passer.
You know, the beauty of it is they've worked on that play. The Colonels' defense has. I'm sure Coach Nestor said, hey, everybody go, leave Powell back to cover, and did a great job there that time. Johnny on the spot, and Ashton Powell, nice tackle. Timed it perfectly, letting the receiver catch the ball, and then putting him on the ground with authority. Very nice job there cleaning house.
It will be a 15-yard personal foul against the Colonels for roughing the passer. That'll take the Colts down to the Colonel 37, where it will be 1st and 10. Ball on the far hash.
Partner, we forgot to mention at halftime, I think they're drawing a ticket, a golden ticket. How many did you buy?
About 10.
Did you? I bought 2.
No, I wish I had bought 10.
Okay.
Yes, the Booster Club $10,000 cash giveaway raffle. They will draw for that at the half tonight.
I'd love to drive home with that big check. I know they're going to give one of those out.
1st and 10, Colts from the 37. Clegg brings Nolan in motion near side. Going to run the option to the left. Pitches to Nolan. Ball is loose on the ground. It's recovered by Day Willis at the 40. The first turnover of the night goes the Colonels' way. They'll take over 1st and 10 from their own 40 on top of Lee Academy, 6-0 with 7:57 to play in the first quarter.
Also, partner, I got to mention, wasn't that the coolest thing this morning? The seniors getting to unload the elementary students out of their vehicles as they're being dropped off at school. Very, very cool there, and I think the seniors like it just as much as the younger kids do. I've heard that, and it's a pretty neat thing. They all kind of anticipate that time of year, and just a cool thing to do this morning.
Yeah, a lot of smiles on the faces this morning in the drop-off line. Will Davis will work from the gun with Hill and Lester stacked to his left. Rolls out, looking to pass, throws downfield over the head of intended receiver Randy Kimball. Was trying to hit him around the Colt 45. That will leave the Colonels with 2nd and 10.
Never mind. I'm not going to finish that song. Hey, there's our number 1 Colonel fan, Chris Smith, on the sidelines down there. Glad to see him out there listening in tonight. He said we don't ever talk to him anymore, so I'm definitely going to talk to him. Make sure we know he's here.
Hey, you got to keep him on his toes. Make sure he's paying attention.
Yep.
2nd and 10, Colonels from the near hash. Ball at the IA 40. Davis works from the gun. Twin receivers to the left. Under pressure. Davis tries to run, and he's going to be sacked back at the 35-yard line. Barrett Mitchell, a loss of 5 on the play, 3rd and 15.
Give Clarksdale Lee credit. They are not going to lay down and let Indianola Academy run over them here while they're on the road. That first series on offense they were on defense. They couldn't get it together. Here on this series, they seem to have things a little more put together. Maybe got the butterflies off of them, the jitters. They see that, hey, these guys put their pants on the same way we do.
3rd and 15, trips to the left. Davis throws near side. It's caught by Hill at the 45. Gets by a man. He's free. Down the Colonel sideline to the 30, to the 25-20. Not going to be able to outrun him, though. He's going to be taken down from behind at the 13-yard line. But what a catch and run out of the senior, Josh Hill.
Well, Josh, he's not, he's not out there for his speed, but he does a great job. Once he gets open out in the open field, he was able to break away for just a second out there. Did a great job catching the ball. Wasn't going for the home run ball there, just trying to get about 5, 6, 8 yards. The next thing you know, boom, we're moving the chains. Great job after the catch, yards after the catch by Josh Hill. How many tackles, would-be tacklers, did he shed out there? About 2 or 3. Just running over some people out there. Nice with authority.
52-yard gain, 1st and 10, Colonels from the Colt 13. Indianola leading 6-0, 6:40 to go first quarter. Davis throwing the fade, back corner of the end zone. It's caught by Kimball for the touchdown. 12-0, Colonels with 6:34 to play in the first quarter. A 13-yard connection from Davis to Kimball.
Was that Willie Mays Hayes style? Catching it over his shoulders. That was pretty sweet there. I tell you, Will Davis put it only where Kimball could catch the ball, put it right in the breadbasket, dropped it over his shoulders. Kimball and Davis, I believe they practiced that before, and he put it right there so only his receiver could catch it. Great job by the Colonel's offense, going for 2.
Davis will go under center on the two-point try. They hand it to James Hill. Spins out of initial contact. It's going to be dropped shy of the goal line. So the score remains 12-0. Colonel's on top of the Colts. 6:34 to play first quarter. We'll take 1 minute and be back with Colonel football on Super Talk for the Delta.
Indianola Collision has been a vital part of the Delta business community for over 6 years. Located on Highway 82 in Indianola, Indianola Collision is now certified to repair the new aluminum Ford trucks. And here's good news, we will handle your insurance work for you. All we need is your claim number. We know it's hard to be without your vehicle, and we now have rentals on site. Call us and we'll have a rental waiting on you, no delay. Scott Lofton says, thank you for your business. Without you, we wouldn't be here. For all your auto body repairs, call Scott or Derek at Indianola Collision at 887-2000. That's Indianola Collision.
Some call it low smokeaheadus. Some can't even pronounce it, but everyone agrees that low smokeaheadus has delicious, authentic Mexican food that makes your mouth water. Satisfied customers from all over the Mississippi Delta dine with Juan and his staff every chance they get, and you will too. Low Smokeaheadus also has a party room that you can reserve for birthday parties, anniversaries, and just a good time. You won't feel crowded, and the atmosphere is that perfect setting for authentic Mexican food. That's Low Smokeaheadus Mexican Restaurant, Highway 82 in Indianola.
Welcome back. Colonels extend the lead on a 4-play, 60-yard drive. Davis to Kimball. The 2-point try was no good, and there's a flag down on Judson's kickoff. It was a low-line drive kick. Somebody from the IA side got an early start. They'll back them up 5 yards and do it again. 6:34 to play in the first quarter. Colonels 12, Colts yet to get on the board.
I'm going to call an old school name here, Samuel Rhodes. That's what it looked like to see him kick it off. I'll probably go back and reminisce a lot tonight. I was going to write a bunch of stuff down about thinking about all this, that, and the other. And I was like, we're not going to get all emotional. We got more games left to play, and I don't know when I'd read all of it anyway. So a lot of many fond memories over the seasons I've reflected on this past week, and it's been great to be a Colonel.
We'll save the waterworks for the state championship celebration. Right. Judson's kickoff taken at the 25 by Seth Campbell and tries to evade Colonel tacklers, runs into a wall around the 37 as Stephon Smith, the first to get downfield. Ashton Powell in there with him as well to be 1st and 10 Colts from their own 37.
I believe I'm going to give a Co-Bills Body Shop collision nominee right there to Ashton Powell and also Stephon Smith, as both of them came down with authority and laid the lumber. Good job getting downfield and a nice hit.
So the Colonels take advantage of a Colt fumble, extend the lead 12-0 with 6:27 to go first quarter. Colts have it 1st and 10 from their own 37. Ball on the near hash. 4 wide for Clegg, who has Campbell in the backfield. Just joining us, Clegg, starting fullback for the Colts at the beginning of the year. They have lost 3 quarterbacks to season-ending injuries as Clegg calls his own number, works up to the 39, only a 2-yard gain. Will bring up 2nd and 8 for the Colts.
Well, give that Colt line credit. Nice surge up front there on the Colonels' defense, getting some yardage. Unfortunately, the Colonels were able to get on there real quick, converge to the ball, and there was nothing doing for the Colt backfield.
2nd and 8 from their own 39. Clegg will send 2 receivers right, 2 to the left again. He'll work from the gun with Campbell. Nolan goes in motion far side. Hand it off to Nolan. Lester doesn't bite. He was showing blitz off the left side of the defensive line. Comes in to bring Nolan down for a loss. Back at the 36, 3-yard loss on the play.
And Lester did a good job that time making a nice tackle.
I've been waiting on you to break that out. That was Irby from Morton, Mississippi.
That's him. That's right. Good job by Wesley Lester, just stretching the field out and making a nice play upfield there and making a nice open field tackle, not letting the Colts get to the outside.
We're going to have to tell Irby's story at the half. Oh, yeah. Nolan goes in motion far side, 3rd and 11. Clegg lost it downfield, has a man caught at the 40. That is Philip Brownlee, breaks free from the secondary, and he's going to take it to the end zone. He outran Putnam and Willis as Clegg connects with Brownlee, and the Colts go 64 yards for the score.
Day just mistimed his jump there, and the receiver for Clarksdale lead, number 21, Philip Brownlee, the junior, just gets behind Day, and we've always talked about our defensive secondary, how we never we've normally played deepest the deepest man and not letting anybody get behind us. That time, Brownlee was able to get behind his defensive secondary. Herbie might stay off the sidelines if we continue to call.
Yeah.
I don't know if he can come back and make another call.
That might have been an ill-advised entrance to the booth for Herbie.
Yeah, really.
Michael Basha on for the extra point. The kick is up, and it is good. The Colts cut it to 5, 12-7 with 4:56 to play in the first quarter. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back with Colonel Football on Super Talk for the Delta.
Magic Mart Pharmacy is a proud supporter of IA Colonel Football. We know it takes hard work and commitment to win football games. Come by and let us work hard to earn your business. Serving Indianola and the Delta area as your hometown pharmacy for 25 years. That's Magic Mart Pharmacy, located on Highway 82 East behind McDonald's, with a drive-through window for your convenience. Magic Mart Pharmacy, where your health is our business. Go Colonels!
David Smith Construction of Inverness is a proud Indianola Academy sponsor. At David Smith Construction, our reputation is building every day. And Coach Tommy Nestor and the Colonels have built a winning tradition that we are proud of. Whether it be commercial or residential, let us take care of your building needs. We've been building for satisfied customers since 1982, and we would love to add you to that list. David Smith Construction is located on Highway 49 in Inverness. Call David Smith today at 265-6060.
Welcome back. Colts get on the board. Hayes Clegg to Philip Brownlee, a 64-yard strike, 12-7. Colonels lead it by 5 as Bosch's kick taken by Lester at the 29. Sidesteps a couple of defenders, has running room across midfield into Colt territory, taken down at the 40. Philip Brownlee getting down to make the tackle. Boy, Lester, I think, had to make a couple of cuts. It slowed his momentum, or he was going to be able to take that one to the house.
Yeah, you're exactly right. 22, Seth Campbell also grabbing a shoelace at the last second and on a diving effort and bringing down Lester from the backside as well on a co-tackle there with Campbell, I believe he said it. Well, no, Brownlee, I'm sorry. Lester doing a great job, though, running that ball back and finding some running room. And like you mentioned, he just avoided several would-be tacklers, had to slow down, make a stutter step. Next thing you know, he's in open field, but just couldn't get that momentum going back.
1st and 10, Colonels from the Colts 40. Indianola leads 12-7, just under 5 minutes to play first quarter. Back to the air. Davis swings it out left side looking for Woods Toller. Threw it over his head and incomplete. That will leave the Colonels with 2nd and 10.
Well, tough break there for the Colonels as Davis throwing the ball a little too high in his flats there. He was looking for 25 Woods Toller, like you had mentioned, his running back coming out of the backfield. Toller just could not get high enough, couldn't climb that ladder enough, and unfortunately for the Colonels' offense, it's going to be 2nd and long.
Putnam and Kimball, the receivers, wide left. Davis will turn handoff to Toller, has running room left side, has the first down and more to the 20, to the 15, ridden out of bounds by Brownlee near the 13-yard line. Give him 27 on the carry. A Greenville Motorsports first down.
Nice running play there by Woods Toller. It was a blast, hitting about the 3-hole between his guard and tackle. And give them credit as well. They did a great job of just blowing out the hole, sealing it out, the defensive end kicking him out, and also defensive tackle crashing down hard on him. And Toller did the rest, taking it almost to the house.
Got a timeout on the field. Lee Academy wants to burn one. Boy, you gave the play call of Irby just a moment ago, and quick story on that. We're on the way back from the state championship press conference last year. Brady starts telling the story of a little kid that came up to his tailgate at Mississippi State. His name was Irby, and needless to say, my sides were hurting the rest of the way home. Tell us how you met Irby.
Goodness, he was a character for sure. He was a fun little guy, and he was not shy one bit. Came up and made himself at home. Next thing you know, he's eating the food off the tailgate, watching the game, changing the channels, talking about his dish network at his tent tailgate and the hopper, and I was talking all kind of stuff I didn't even know about. He was from Morton, and his dad was a banker. Next thing you knew, we knew about his whole life story, and he had some kinfolks that were from Jackson, and I mean, he was just a character, and he met everybody there. We laughed so hard at him, and he would tell us about his favorite teams to pull for, and it was a great guy, great day.
Coming out of the timeout, Davis looking to pass, rolls out to his right, throws downfield. It's caught by Smith on a slide, at the 9-yard line, good enough for 4 yards. Will leave the Colonels with 2nd and 6. Davis under some pressure there, had to scramble out of the pocket.
Yeah, get the Colts defensive front there. They're giving our Colonel offensive line fits right now. Davis, like you said, got flushed out of the pocket, had to roll out and get under pressure. Stephon Smith, wow, what a great catch going down, sliding there and going down with the catch and bringing it up, scooping it up almost off the ground. I imagine it's a little dew out there. It's kind of that time of year where you can feel the moisture in the air, the moisture content. We had a lot of rain this week. It's kind of between cold and hot. Got a lot of that going on. But a beautiful night for football here.
2nd and 6 from the 9. Davis will send trips to the left, out of the gun. Throws left side looking for Putnam, in and out of his hands. We're going with the screen pass out wide, and Putnam couldn't haul it in. 3rd and 6 coming up.
Yeah, tough break there for the Colonels quarterback. Davis, as he does look to the left and finds one of his favorite receivers in the junior Thomas Putnam, throws the ball out there in the flats. He kind of had the quick hitch route where he gets in behind several blockers, and Thomas Putnam just could not hold on to the ball and bring it in. Unfortunate situation for the Colonels offense.
3rd and a long 6 for the Colonels from the Colt 9. Indianola leads 12-7 with 3:58 to play first quarter. Play action for Davis, rolling to his left, throws toward the end zone, and it is caught by Thomas Putnam on the run. Boy, Nico Snolan was giving chase to Davis. I thought he was going to catch him, but Davis lets it go at the last second, finds Putnam on the crossing route, and the Colonels extend the lead 18-7 with 3:51 to play first quarter, a 9-yard pitch and catch.
Yeah, you had Putnam dragging across the field from the backside. You also had another receiver out there. It looked like Kimball. And then lastly, you had James Hill out in the flat. So he had 3 intended targets, all kind of within the same realm of one another. Ends up finding Putnam. That's what took my partner so long to make the call on who caught it. And nonetheless, so we'll take it any way we can get it. Touchdown for the Colonels.
Colonels go for 2, and it is good on a run by James Hill. 20-7 with 3:51 to play in the first quarter. Colonels on top of the Colts. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back with Colonel football on Super Talk for the Delta.
You're mulching flower beds, exploring, or hunting, you've got to be ready for whatever comes your way. Doesn't matter if it's loose gravel, dirt trails, or no trail at all. John Deere Gators are built to handle it all. Head to your local Wade dealership now and get $400 off the Gator XUV 835M and $300 off all mid-sized XUVs. This offer ends on October 26, 2018. Some conditions apply. See johndeere.com or visit your local Wade dealership for details. Wade Incorporated, delivering service, solutions, and success since 1909.
Proud supporters of Colonel Football, the Tackett family, owners of Heartland Catfish Company, farm 7,200 surface water acres of catfish and 15,000 acres of grain land. That makes us the largest single grower of farm-raised catfish in the U.S. Heartland is committed to supplying our customers with the highest quality farm-raised catfish products. Be sure and eat catfish raised in the Mississippi Delta by looking for the Heartland seal. Smooth, clean fillet cuts that meet the highest standards, just like Indianola Academy and Colonel Football. Heartland Catfish, a proud sponsor of Colonel Football.
Welcome back. Colonels on top of the Colts, 20-7 with 3:51 to play first quarter. Will Davis to Thomas Putnam from 9 yards out. James Hill adds the 2-point run. Now Help Judson set to kick it away from the 40. End-over-end kick going to be taken by Nico Snolan at the 19. Nolan returns it up the middle, tries to bounce it outside. He's going to be wrestled down by Brandon Brown as he crosses the 30-yard line. They'll mark it at the 32. But a nice job by Brown getting downfield. Also Nolan Nichols down there as well.
And what actually started that initially is John Clayton Chisholm, the number 11, the sophomore, I believe. Yep, he is a sophomore. He ran his lane and not allowing the would-be return man to get to the outside. He figured out he had more presence, defensive presence on the inside, more bodies there. Make him cut back to the inside. There was no opening there. Great job by the Colonels getting downfield, closing those lanes, collapsing those gaps.
1st and 10 Colts from their own 32. They were able to strike on a big play on their last drive. Clegg to Brownlee from 64 yards out. Colonel's secondary can keep them contained here. 4 wide for Clegg, who works out of the gun. Smith showing blitz, shucks a blocker, gets in there and going to be brought down. What's Smith? That was a Peyton Barnes.
Yeah.
Wrapping up the ball carrier, Barrett Mitchell, no gain on the play.
I tell you, Peyton Barnes he must like that free lost pizza he got a couple of weeks ago. He is doing a great job at being the Boss Pete's a Defensive Player of the Game nominee right now. He is definitely owning that center over the ball for the Colt offensive line. He is really coming into his own tonight, making some good defensive plays. Like you mentioned, Stephon Smith was right on the ball. He shook several would-be blockers, just couldn't finish it up there because his tag team partner, Peyton Barnes, got him.
2nd and 10, Colts from their own 32. Clegg looking to pass, swings it out right side, caught at the 30. That is Jeffrey Corso on the reception, and he is promptly introduced to Stephon Smith.
You know what I'm marking down? Another Bill's Body Shop Collision of the Game nominee, Stephon Smith, going out there cleaning house out in the flats. Witch Toller on the nice coverage out there, doing a little song and dance routine. The receiver couldn't figure out where he was going. Last second, chose to go inside. Ill-advised choice.
Yeah. No gain on the play. 3rd and 10 coming up for the Colts as the clock runs with 2:23 to play first quarter. IA leading Lee Academy 20-7. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. For Clegg, drops back, looking to pass. Now runs to his left. Does he keep it or does he let it go? Lost it downfield, got Nolan wide open at the 35. Gets by Robertson at the 30, taken down at the 20 by Putnam. Once again, Clegg and these Colt receivers get by the Colonel secondary, who's about to get an earful from Coach Putnam, by the way.
I guarantee you. Well, when the quarterback does go to roll out, your first thought is, hey, he's about to run the ball. Let's go up and go tackle him. No, you as a defensive back, you've got to stay back and cover. Let the defensive lineman do that. Now, sure, when they get 10, 15 yards downfield, you got to go back and get it. But it's a timing thing, and it's very tough to do, especially if you're a defensive back, and that's the only thing Putnam got caught that time, looking back inside, trying to figure out if the quarterback had crossed the line or not. Next thing you know, a receiver is behind him, and they got first down yardage.
48 yards to the Colonel 20, 1st and 10 Colts. Campbell in the backfield with Clegg. Clegg going to call his own number, runs it right side, trying to beat Toller to the edge. Toller going to drag him down near the 15, give him 5 on the carry. Bring up 2nd and 5.
That's a rarity over there that Toller and Lester get blocked like they did, but give credit to Lee Academy stretching that play out. They really got around the corner, got up around the edge, able to pick up 5 yards to make this a 2nd down and manageable play. Clarksdale Lee put together another nice drive here this series, partner.
They give him 6 to the 14, so make it 2nd and 4. We reached the 1-minute mark in the first quarter. Colonel's leading 20-7. Clegg will stay in the gun on 2nd and 4. Drops back, looking to pass. Lost it downfield. Ball came out of his hands and went out of bounds. Stephon Smith had the pressure. And I believe that would have been ruled a fumble had the ball stayed in play. His arm never went forward. It was actually caught by one of the officials out of bounds.
That's right. The line judge there caught the ball. Give him credit for being Johnny on the spot. He was wide open, too, partner. Nice job protecting that head, actually. That could have got a little dangerous. Ashton Powell, a beast up front there, that play, running over several blockers. It would look like almost a 5-on-2 situation where it was him and maybe Peyton Barnes going up. Maybe Clint, I couldn't tell. But still 5-on-3, and Ashton Powell having his way with the Academy's offensive line.
3rd and 4 for the Colts from the Colonel 14. Ball on the far hash. Clegg looking to pass. Has time, now flushed right side, dumps it off. Caught by Campbell. And working down near the 10-yard line, going to be very close to the first down marker.
28 Lester had a bead on that receiver and just could not bring him up. Last second, receiver took one little step, sidestep, and bypassed Wesley. And that's a rarity. He misses an open field tackle like that. I was ready to write down that next Bill's Body Shop Collision of the Game nominee, but the Lee Academy receiver, give him credit, he was able to avoid that.
Clock down to 2 seconds. Colts will not get off another snap. They're going to say the receiver was just short of the stick. It's going to be 4th and about a foot for Lee Academy when we open up the second quarter. After 1 quarter of play, the IA Colonel's on top 20-7. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back with Colonel Football on Super Talk for the Delta.
The year was 1953. The average wage was $4,000 a year. Gas was 20 cents a gallon, and Dwight D. Eisenhower became president. And that same year, in the land of cotton, the Mississippi Delta, Abrahams was born. Michael and Helen Abraham carry on the proud tradition of offering the finest collection of men and women's clothing for Indianola and all of the Delta. Jeans from Big Star and Silver, mountain khaki shorts and pants, and Polo and Cotton Brothers for men. For the ladies, shoes by OTBT, Barefoot Dream sweaters, and Carly dresses and tunics. And don't forget Patagonia and True Grit in ladies and men. Proud Colonel Boosters, Abrahams, downtown Indianola.
There's something special about having that trusted friend by you each day. No matter what life brings, he's always there, ready to lend an ear, a smile, and even a helping paw. At Planters Bank, that's what we're here for. We believe in you, and we're cheering you on each and every step. And in the places we can help, we'll be giving you that extra push you need. Planters Bank, growing together. Member FDIC.
Welcome back. Watson Cook, Brady Smith with you as we get ready to start the second quarter from Legion Field. Colonels on top of Lee Academy 20-7. Colts looking at fourth and about a foot. Ball just shy of the IA 10-yard line. Colts will now work left to right before they can get to the line of scrimmage. A flag is down. As the official now counting, we're going to have a dead ball substitution infraction for the Colts. Well, broke the huddle with 12 players. I presume I did not see it. I thought maybe somebody was running their mouth, got it unsportsmanlike. They were almost to the line of scrimmage when the flag was thrown. So that'll back them up 5 yards. We'll call it 4th and 5 from the 15.
Ooh, that's tough there, Watson. That is very tough. Shooting yourself in the foot. Indianola Academy will take it any way they can get it, though, and definitely gives us a little bit more breathing room on defensive side of the ball. Hopefully get our act together and hold these Colts.
20-7, Colonels on top. We start the second quarter, 4th and a long 5 for Lee Academy. Ball at the Colonel 15. Now another stop in play, and Lee Academy won't say timeout. We'll keep it here. Colonels on top by 13. We missed the first extra point attempt. Went for 2 on the ensuing touchdowns. Converted 1, not on the other. So 20-7 your score. Wesley Lester with a 25-yard touchdown run. And Will Davis with a couple of touchdown passes. One to Randy Kimball from 13 yards out. One to Thomas Putnam. Was a 9-yard strike. That's how the Colonels have gotten on the board. Lee Academy with a couple of big plays in the passing game, and that's really been it. They had the 64-yard touchdown pass, and they had the 48-yard strike here on this drive, and that's really been all they've been able to get going. They haven't had anything in the run game, and outside of those 2 bombs, really haven't gotten much in the pass game either.
Yeah, Nasty Boys unit up front, they're really playing their own game that we typically see. The defensive backfield, though, they've got to get adjusted, make some plays here, some adjustments. Coach Nestor and company, they've done a great job coaching them throughout the week. Like you said, Watson, give a quarterback play for Lee Academy credit. 4th-string quarterback, that's tough, and having to play like that and find some openings, whew, I mean, you just got to feel fortunate for them.
So now hopefully ready to start the second quarter after multiple tries. 4th down, a long 5 for the Colts. Clegg has 2 in the backfield, Campbell and Nolan. Play action. They try the Tebow jump pass, and it falls incomplete as Josh Hill was in the face of Clegg. Incomplete pass results in a turnover on downs, and the Colonels will have it 1st and 10 from their own 15.
I don't know if you saw it, but the left up back in the backfield for Lee Academy got out of his stance a little too early. They didn't call it a false start. And like you mentioned, it was the little Tim Tebow dump pass right over the middle. Fortunately for the Colonels, it was thrown a little low. They couldn't come up with the catch. It looked like he would have gone for a good little bit of room, too, as we were applying a lot of pressure on the quarterback, making him hurry up and do some plays.
The 1st and 10 Colonels from their own 15. IA leading 20-7. Davis drops back, hammered as he lets it go, looking for Putnam. Handed grab. Woo! Well, there's a top 10 highlight reel catch out of Putnam. Picks up 12, maybe 13 on the play of Greenville Motorsports first down.
Nice catch out there by Putnam. And like you mentioned, Watson, Will Davis getting hammered pretty hard as he was letting that ball go. Got to get some up-front blocking. This offensive line has to get that head on the swivel. Lee Academy has been sending a lot of blitzing linebackers trying to shake things up, create some havoc in the backfield, get the timing of the Colonel's offense off-balanced. And so anyway, our offensive line, we got to get our heads up and work on that.
13-yard gain. Backs are split behind Davis from the 28. Swings it out left side, caught by Kimball. Puts a stiff arm on the defender, dragging him. Well, he's going to lose a fingernail or two as Kimball works up to the 39-yard line, an 11-yard gain, another Greenville Motorsports first down.
Date night at Legion Field. Nothing like it. Trying to get some clothes off there. It was pretty nuts. Randy Kimball doing a great job catching the ball out in the open field, and then nice stiff arm there out there on the defensive back, the intended tackler, and he did drag him down and hold on to him, just held on for dear life. Like you said, looked like he got one fingernail wrapped up in those pants.
1st and 10. Putnam comes in motion to the near side. Davis looking to pass, and it's picked off Nikos Nolan, and he's going to take it to the house. Nobody going to catch Nolan, and the Colts back on the board. A pick 6 for Nikos Nolan. Took it back about 38 yards. 20-13 with 11:05 to play second quarter.
And blink that fast, come not halfway ready to go. Next thing you know, you look up and the score is 20-13. It can go that quick if you're not prepared to play. You got to bring it every play, every week. Colonel's right now looking a little lackadaisical, not able to execute and play correctly, and that's what occurs on plays like that.
So Michael Basha will come on for the extra point. Looking to make it a 6-point game. The left-footed kicker.
You got to give Nikos Nolan doing a good job of reading that Colonel's quarterback, Will Davis's eyes right there. He was looking for Stephon Smith on an out.
Kick is up out of Basha, and it's blocked. So we stay with a 7-point game, 20-13, with 11:05 to play second quarter. Well, the Colonels getting all they want out of Lee Academy tonight. Going to have to tighten some things up with, we said, about 11:05 to go before the half.
Looked like 28 Wesley Lester getting in there from the middle position, getting that big old bear paw up and blocking that. Got the nice penetration on the middle of the line and just getting his hands up. And that's going to be very helpful, partner, as it's still a 7-point game, 20-13.
Yeah, especially with not having Robertson available to kick tonight.
You know, and we said that. Next thing you know, you look up and he's the defensive back there getting beat on the long pass that gave Clarksdale Lee pretty good field position on that last series on offense on their end. So not real sure exactly what's going on, but nonetheless, we would love to have him out there in that kicking game again. I have heard that he was injured and, you know, maybe trying to rest that. But, hey, if you can play defensive back, you can definitely kick the ball. That's my opinion anyway. I'm not a kicker nor ever professed to be, though, so who knows?
So now Basha will kick off from the 40. Colonels will get it back after the Nikos Nolan pick 6. Extra point blocked, 20-13. Colonels with a 7-point lead, 11:05 to play before the half. A short, high kick. Flag is down as Toller called for a fair catch, hauled it in at the 35. May have to kick this one again, though.
Yeah, I believe they're going to call that. Got a little started a little too soon there. They got some interesting names over there. Nikos, Nickos. I've never heard that name before. Clegg, I did like that last name as well.
Colts got an early start on the kick that'll back them up to the 35. Basha will try again. Well, all the success that Davis had throwing the ball earlier in the game, like you said, give credit to Nikos Nolan on the pick 6. He read it well, stepped in front, and there was no Colonel to catch him. Another short kick out of Basha going to be taken by Putnam at the 33. Has return room up the left side. He's in Colt territory. Spins at the 45 to the 40. Still on his feet. Down near the 36. What a return out of Putnam. Loses his helmet. In the process, he'll have to come out of play, but the Colonels will be set up 1st and 10 from the Colt Looks like they'll put it at the 37 of Lee Academy.
That was a smart man there. Getting in behind is blocking back. 28, Wesley Lester, coming in front and blocking some people for Putnam. Next thing you know, boom, he's doing spin moves, creating his own kind of game here. Did a great job of returning that ball up there. Had a head full of steam whenever he caught that ball as well. Good job by Putnam on the return for the Colonels.
Day-Day Willis, Randy Kimball. The wide outs to the near side, offset eye in the backfield behind Davis. He'll turn, pitch it right side to Lester. Follows a block by Hill. Makes a cut at the 30 to the 25-20. It's a foot race to the 15 to the 10. Taken down near the 5-yard line is Wesley Lester. Boy, just ran out of gas as he got inside the 10. They'll mark it at the 6, a 31-yard run for Lester and a Greenville Motorsports first down.
Just a toss sweep to the wide side of the field, getting to the outside. Colonel's offense did a good job up front blocking. James Hill is going to have to watch from his fullback position, though. He got his hand up there on one of the upbacks for Lee Academy, got on his shoulder pads, got to keep those hands inside and close. Could have got called for a holding there.
Davis will turn handoff to James Hill on 1st and goal, and he's in for the touchdown. First score of the season for the junior James Hill. That extends the Colonel lead now 26-13 with 10:30 to play before the half.
Well, everybody keying on 28 Lester. You know that he's going to get the ball 9 times out of 10. Next thing you know, James Hill just, boom, straight up the middle. Lester was on the fake for the toss sweep, and Hill hit it up in there real tight, about the 2-hole between the center and guard. Getting in that open field, Lee Academy's middle linebacker had over-pursued it. Next thing you know, he turns around to find where he is, couldn't get back in position.
Judson on for the extra point. It goes wide left and no good. So it stays a 13-point game, 26-13, with 10:30 to play in the second. We'll step aside, take a 1-minute break, and be back with Colonel Football on Super Talk for the Delta.
At South Sunflower County Hospital, Championship Healthcare is always in season. We are invested in being the best hospital for our friends and neighbors and are ready to care for your every need. Complete high-quality care right here in Indianola. From prenatal to adult care, the providers at South Sunflower County Hospital are surrounded with the latest technology, and their compassionate, personalized care gives you that at-home feeling you need and deserve. Closer to family, closer to home. South Sunflower County Hospital, your hometown hospital.
Here's a great way to protect yourself from fraud and live a greener life. When you sign up for e-statements from Guarantee Bank, your statement will never be lost or stolen. Enroll in e-statements at any of the 16 locations of Guarantee Bank today. E-statements are fast and convenient, environmentally friendly, and safe and secure. So maybe it's time to think outside your mailbox and start getting your e-statements in your inbox. E-statements. Sign up today at Guarantee Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back. 2 plays, 37 yards on the scoring drive for the Colonels. James Hill, a 6-yard touchdown run. The extra point was no good. 26-13. Colonels on top of the Colts with 10:30 to play in the second quarter. Judson set to kick it away from the 40 with Campbell and Nolan back deep to return. The short high kick, fair catch called for, taken in at the 36 by Chandler Wales. 1st and 10, Lee Academy at their own 36.
The defense here on this series, they really need to get up and start answering the call here. Be that nasty boy defensive unit that we've known them to be, so much so in past 9 weeks. It's time to go on and complete this regular season. I know we hadn't had any rest, no open weeks. So many fans have asked me, when do we quit having open weeks? It's just something that we've done over the years and kind of adapted to. I can't remember us having an open week since probably when you and I first started. But nonetheless, the Colonels have really done a good job adapting to that. They're going to get bumps and bruises and injuries, but able to bounce back week in and week out. But this team has really got to come on and get aggressive here, and let's get this ball on the road.
1st and 10, Lee Academy from their own 36. Ball on the far hash. There's movement up front. No flag. Now a flag comes in. A little trouble getting it out of the pocket.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what they were going to call there.
Both sides of the line jumped. See who moved first. Will be a false start against the Colts. Back them up to the 31. Don't forget, coming up at the half, we'll have Double Quick trivia for you, an opportunity to win a $10 gift card from our friends at Double Quick. Did I miss something? When did a false start become a 4-yard penalty? They put it at the 32. Still first down, 4 wide for Clegg. Looking to pass, time in the pocket, throws left side, and it is caught. Yes or no? Willis says he picked it. Still no signal from the official. Give us something. They're going to say incomplete pass.
He's like, here, partner, you take the ball. I don't want to
he didn't want to make a call. So second and what should be 15 coming up. They've got the ball at the 32, should be at the 31.
The official on the far side over there on the visitor's side, he's getting an earful from several of those coaching staff. You know that you can hear everything. You try to block out all that stuff out of your peripheral vision, but you can always hear it in the back of your head.
Probably getting an earful from the Colonel's side as well.
Yeah.
Clegg from the gun will fake the give, looks to run it. He's wrapped up in the backfield and dropped. Ashton Powell, the first to get there. They'll mark it at the 30-yard line, a loss of 1.
Got to also like seeing 28 Lester and also 12 Clint Jones getting there as well. You know, it's great whenever you can depend on one another to make some plays. Ashton Powell, give him credit. Great job of putting the pressure back there. This is what I like here. Whenever we shift into this third down and long situation, move Powell down to the nose guard, bring in Houston Dana and also Clint Jones, 2 fast, shifty defensive ends there. They know it's a passing situation. The only thing that you can do as an offensive unit, you could audible off and try to run the ball, but it's still going to be very tough to get that long.
3rd and 15. Colonel's on top, 26-13. Clegg scrambling, rolls to his right, looking downfield, looking for something. Now just going to loft it into triple coverage. It's tipped and intercepted. Spencer Robertson at the 45 has a return set up down the Colonel's sideline, gets pretty deep into Colt territory as he returns it to the 30. Ooh. Well, you could have taken your pick there as to who from the Colonels was going to get that. There is a flag down. Hold everything. There's a flag down back at the Lee Academy 32. Colonels have their offense on the field. Appears this will go against Lee Academy.
Yeah, that's what you're hoping there, Watson. Good job by Spencer Robertson sitting back there playing center fielder for the Colonels' defensive secondary. Steps in front of that errant pass at the last second, coming up and making the pick. He juggled that thing for a second. I think he was worried if some of his fellow members were going to fall in there and try to converge on the ball as well. Nonetheless, able to reel it in at the last second and made a nice return. What was that return on? About a 10, 20, 25-yard return. Pretty nice. Going to give the Colonels offense very nice field position to start this next drive.
An eligible receiver downfield was the call on the Colts. Colonels decline it, take over 1st and 10 after the pick at the lead 31. Davis drops straight back, looking to pass. Thomas Putnam is wide open at the 10, could not haul it in. Oh, he beat his defender, Nikos Nolan, and just couldn't make the reception.
Now, here's the beauty of it. Nikos Nolan that time tried to jump the out route as Putnam faked the out route, and then, boom, it was kind of an out and go. I don't know if you saw Nolan jump the out route, and then it was hit for a deep ball, and he was wide open, like you had mentioned. And Putnam just could not reel that thing in. Unfortunate, tough break there for the Colonels' offense.
2nd and 10 coming up from the Colt 31. I.A. Leach, 26-13 with 9:12 to play before the half. Going looks like with the same thing, and this time Davis overthrows Putnam. Nolan was not in coverage that time. That was Gaines Barksdale.
Yep.
And Davis just put a little too much on that one. Results in 3rd and 10.
He does. And, you know, you got to give this Colonels offense a little credit. This is something that we're not accustomed to seeing a lot of times, throwing the ball as many times as we have tonight. I do like to see that we're getting this game-time experience. Your offensive linemen, they're getting their time and reps down, and everybody's making their blocking checks.
Handoff goes straight ahead to James Hill, and he's going to be taken down at the 26. A 5-yard run will leave the Colonels with 4th and 5 from the Colt 26. Clock runs under 9 minutes to play before the half.
Looked like number 58, Drew Tannehill, or 72, James Roberts, might have got in there and co-tackled their running back as well, as they were just getting in there trying to root and try to get James Hill that much-needed yardage and just could not push him enough.
Colonel's going to go on 4th and 5. Davis to pass, throws over the middle, caught by Kimball, gets free at the 15, and he will walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Colonel. Boy, Kimball caught it in traffic. The defender fell down, and there was nobody left to catch Randy Kimball. 26 yards on the strike from Davis to Kimball.
Yeah, once Kimball makes the catch and was able to shuck the first would-be tackler, it was wide open from there on out as Lee Academy running man coverage. Had Randy Kimball out there on an island by himself, made a nice slant route. Just wanted to make sure he got the 5 yards for the first down needed. Next thing you know, it's touchdown, taking it pay dirt all the way. Great pitch and catch there from Davis to the senior receiver, Randy Kimball.
4 plays, 31 yards. Colonels take advantage of another Colt turnover. Judson on for the extra point. This one goes wide left. It's no good. Score 32-13. Colonels in front of the Colts with 8:28 to play before the half. We'll step aside, take a 1-minute break, and be back. Colonel football on Super Talk for the Delta.
Mississippi, and I want to fix your car. We've been in business for 40 years in the same location. We're a family-owned business and currently have 3 generations still working under the same roof. If you're ever in an accident, we can tow your vehicle, help you with your insurance claim, get you in a rental car, repair your vehicle, and deliver it back to you in usually under a week. We're located at 501 South Oak Street, Highway 49, Louisville, Mississippi. Give us a call today, 662-756-2745. You won't be disappointed.
We're all looking for savings when it comes to buying groceries. But what if there was a store in the Delta where you can get real savings every day? It's Shoppers Value Foods Indianola. At Shoppers Value Foods, we keep it simple. You pay our cost plus 10%. Shelf price 50 cents, add a nickel at checkout. If the shelf price is $1, add 10 cents at checkout. It's really simple. Our cost plus 10%. Shoppers Value Foods, Highway 82, Indianola. We make it simple.
Welcome back. Watson Cook, Brady Smith with you from Legion Field. The IA Colonels on top of the Lee Academy Colts, 32-13 with 8:28 to play before the half. Quick score update. Central Hines and Washington tied at 7 at the half. That's the game we need Washington to win to try to help ensure a number 1 seed for Indianola Academy. Of course, we got to pull this one out here as Judson's kick, a short one, going to be taken on a run at the 25 by Nikos Nolan. Gets to the 35, up to the 40 before he's taken down from behind. That was Jacob Sepulvedo getting in there to make the stop. 1st and 10, Lee Academy from their own 40.
Well, we got a minute. We need to give a few shout-outs. We got the Choctaw Flying Service and grilling crew listening in out there tonight in Colonel Nation on live stream. Also, I've been informed we got the Left Field Lounge grilling crew over here at the concession stand. Carl Owen got us blaring on the loudspeakers over there too. So glad you guys are out there listening in tonight. Hopefully we can bring you a good broadcast.
1st and 10 Colts from their own 40. Ball on the near hash. Indianola on top, 32-13. Play action for Clegg. He will hand off straight ahead. And not much doing there as the ball carrier runs into the arms of Wesley Lester. That was Barrett Mitchell. On the carry, gains 3 to the 43. Will bring up second and 7.
Yeah, Lester doing a good job converging to the ball. I like their defensive line presence as well, really collapsing to the ball at the last second, not giving the running back for Clarksdale Lee anywhere much to muster much room, and I like to see that for the Colonel's defense.
2nd and 7 Colts, ball on the near hash. Clegg will work from the gun. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. He has Campbell in the backfield. Colonel showing blitz with Smith. Here he comes, and officials blow this one dead. I think Smith got somebody to jump on that Colt front. I would have, too. That is the call. False start against Lee Academy.
I guarantee you. Stephon Smith does that a lot, and, you know, it reminds me of Ben Van Cleve used to do it as well, another linebacker that played great for the Indianola Academy Colonels, linebacker core, and Stephon doing what Ben did so well all those years, running up there and kind of getting those offensive linemen to get those heads on swivels. And a lot of times instead of listening to their quarterback, they're getting out and jumping quick, making sure that they get that block. And that's a 5-yard cheap penalty, but we'll take it any way we can get it.
Lost back to the 38. 2nd and 12. Pass out in the left flat, incomplete. Colonels thought maybe it was a lateral. They were trying to hit Nolan. and couldn't haul it in. 3rd and 12 coming up for the Colts.
Yeah, just a pass out there to the flats, going to try to get his athlete out in one-on-one coverage and out in open field and see what he could do against our defensive secondary. Day Willis on the coverage over there. And now we got 22, Brandon Brown checking in. I'm liking to see him checking in more and more week after week, getting that defensive presence, getting the playing time, and that's what you want to see out of these younger players.
Houston Dana in there as well. 3rd and 12 for the Colts from their own 38. Clegg will work from the gun. Trips come to the near side, the short side of the field. Colonels bring pressure. Clegg lofts it up, left side, looking for Brownlee. It's incomplete. Flags are down. Day Willis going to be whistled for pass interference.
Yeah, Willis just going over the back of the intended receiver over there for the Colts and just climbed that ladder. Seth Campbell feeling it on his back and could not bring it in. I got to give credit to the quarterback for Clarksdale Lee, Hayes Clegg, doing a great job, even when getting called upon in this situation. You know, just hadn't been back there a lot, not a lot of water running under the bridge, but he's doing a pretty good job humming that ball out there for the Colts offense.
How about some mid-afternoon high school football from Maui?
Crazy.
Will and Aaron Riddick watching on the video stream from Hawaii. I don't know, if I'm in Hawaii, I might find something better to do than watch IA Colonel football.
Hey, we've had tons of people over the years. I remember Mitchell Terrell. He was out somewhere one time, and I think maybe in Florida watching it. You know, I'm like you. I think I could find something a little more entertaining to do on my Friday night. But nonetheless, we love our Colonel fans, and that's what brings us back to the stadium week after week. That's what makes our jobs fun. It's not really a work. It's fun for us.
So after the penalty, 1st and 10, Colts from the Colonel 47. Nolan comes in motion near side. They'll hand it off to Campbell straight ahead. He's going to be taken down by Lester as he crosses the 45, gets just inside. They'll mark it at the 44. A 3-yard pickup will bring up 2nd and 7.
And watching, you can see the plays are here for Lee Academy Colts. They've got the plays and the potential. They've got the players. It's timing. And you can look over there on those sidelines and see several players on crutches, several with knee braces. You hate to see this unfortunate situation this team's faced this year. These guys playing hard and with a lot of passion and heart, not laying down for this Colonel's defense.
32-13, Colonel's lead with 6:20 to play, second quarter. 2nd and 7, Colts. Nolan comes in motion, play action. Clegg looking to pass, goes left side, under, through it, and it's picked off by Willis at the 25. Gets a huge block. And Willis has a chance to take it to the house. Gets another block at the 20. He's going to take it 75 yards, but a flag is down.
Why was that?
What did they whistle Smith for there? Too much contact?
I don't know. That was crazy. That makes no sense.
Wow. Smith pleading his case.
And it was an advisable block. We had to block him. 21 was catching up with, who was that, Kimball or Willis?
Oh, Willis.
He was catching up with him. I mean, I can't blame Stephon for going across. It wasn't like he was headhunting or anything. He blocked him in front of him. That's going to be kind of crazy there. I hate for the young man, the defense or the receiver for Clarksdale Lee, as he is hurt. He was snot popped real hard here, and that's part of football. You definitely hope that the young man is okay, but that wasn't illegal. That wasn't a bad block at all. I don't know. Unfortunate situation for the Colonels.
So the officials going to talk this over. It will remain Colonel football.
The young man's moving around on the ground over there a lot, so you know nothing's really broke. He just got his bell rung real hard, and it's a tough hit, and it's a tough contact sport. This isn't out here playing tiddlywinks or anything.
Yeah.
You know, it's not touch. It's tackle football, and you can see he's okay. He got hit hard, and they're no fun. I guarantee you that. But I believe he's going to be okay.
6:01 to play before the half. Colonel's leading 32-13. Day Willis just returned an interception, 75 yards, but it's going to come back, it appears.
For what? That's what we can't figure out yet. Yeah, see, he's up.
The young man for Lee Academy is up on his feet, will walk off under his own power, and they will step this off from the 43 and take it back to the like the Colonel's 29-yard line is where IA will have it 1st and 10. And now all 4 IA coaches that are down on the field are out there arguing. Coach Hill just said, hey, I got an iPad. You want to watch the replay?
It is kind of nuts to play. You know, I don't know.
Well, nobody's going to be happy with the result of this, as now the Colonel coaches have to get the players off the field onto the sideline, and Nestor is about as fired up as I've ever seen him. The last time I saw him like that was about 7-8 years ago in West Point, the night we got beat by Oak Hill.
Yeah.
It was our only regular season loss, and Dirty Red is hot right now.
I'm actually going to have to. I want to. Since the player got up, he was just shaking up. I'm going to give the Bills Body Shop collision nominee on that play there. Now, had he been hurt, I wouldn't have given it. But you know, Stephon Smith, that's as clean of a block as I've seen, and unfortunate situation for the Colonel's offense. But all we got to do now is Coach Nestor and Will Davis got to go to work, and let's go these 71 yards. We got 6 minutes to do it. Plenty of time. Let's regroup. March down the field here on these Colts.
How about that? From Hawaii, we get instant replay from Will Riddick. Check out that block. Perfectly clean.
Right here.
1, 2, 3.
Boom. Front, yep.
That may have been the Bills Body collision of the year.
I can see. Whew, he cleaned his clock, and you just hate it for the Colonel's offense that they have to start from their own 31 or 29. My bad, partner. That's why you marked the field, not me, instead of where Willis ran the ball back to. But we'll take it the way we can get it, and just got to regroup, refocus, and let's focus on getting some offensive plays off here for the half. Let's get in that end zone again.
So 6:01 to play before the half. Colonel's on top, 32-13. And we'll have it 1st and 10 from their own 29 following just an ill-advised flag on the interception return from Willis. Well, you can go back and watch that one forever. It's a pretty clean block, although vicious.
Yeah, it was. It for sure was. Got to love all our partners sending up collective pictures and just frustrating.
And now a flag down on the sideline. Nestor got, I believe, what he was looking for. And that's going to back his team up. But, hey, he doesn't care at this point. He's taken up for his player, Stephon Smith, as he should be.
Yep, you're exactly right. And the coach isn't going to fight for his own players. Who's he going to fight for? See Stephon's dad and Stephon visiting with one another out here on the sidelines. He's kind of calming his son down, telling him, hey, you know, you did what was right. Keep getting after him. And that's all you can do. Get some encouragement there and tell him, hey, you know, don't worry about it.
So now Nestor going to call a timeout. He wants to gather his troops, make sure everybody gets calmed down. And Colonel crowd on their feet as Tommy Nestor taken up for Stephon Smith. Here's what happened if you're just joining us. Day-Day Willis picked off a pass at the 25, returned it for a touchdown, but pretty much what resulted in a crackback block from Stephon Smith laid a young man out from Lee Academy. He was able to get up, walk off, but it was from the front. It was not from the back. It was a legal block. A flag was thrown. The touchdown was called back, and the Colonels had it 1st and 10 at their own 25. Nestor has since picked up an unsportsmanlike that takes the Colonels back to their own 14. He is still out on the field. He may get number 2 here in just a minute. He might have to come watch the rest of this one with us.
And, partner, I didn't realize that Willis ran the ball all the way back for a touchdown. I was back here watching, trying to figure out what was going on, making sure the player for Clarksdale Lee wasn't injured and was able to get back up on his own wheel. And I wasn't even paying attention to the part on the Willis return, and glad you pointed that to me. Tough break for the Colonel's defense, taking some points off the board. And just glad.
6:01 to go before the half. It's 32-13. Colonels in front. And now playing with a lot of energy. This crowd behind them. 1st and 10 from their own 14. Ball is on the far hash. Officials still talking things over, not sure what this is about. Got to get the change reset. The first down marker was at the 14, but the chains were still at the 29. So now they've got all that cleared up. 10 minutes after Willis's interception, we're ready to restart play. Davis under center with I formation in the backfield. He'll run the option to the left side, picks up a couple of blocks. Now going to toss it to Lester. It's loose on the ground. Still loose. Lee had it, lost it. There's a scrum for it, and I believe the Colonels have maintained possession. Well, that's not what you wanted after all that. Lester was about a yard from Davis when he made the toss. They'll mark it at the 27. Good enough for a first down, a 13-yard gain.
We've had a pretty exciting first half here, and just think, we're going to give away $5,000 here at halftime.
Now fumble snap. Ball loose on the ground. Lee Academy has recovered. Boy, this one getting awfully sloppy here as both teams fired up and energized after the big hit by Smith, but a fumble there. Never got the snap cleanly, and Lee Academy will take over at the Colonel 26.
Well, defense here really has to get this team calmed down. You have to play with a bunch of energy, but you have to play with a calm energy as well and get to the ball and make your plays, but at the same time, you've got to stay amped up and keyed and focused out there, and that's what the Colonels are not right now. They're not focused as a unit. They're frustrated, a little worried, and just got to regain a little composure.
So 1st and 10 Colts. Nolan goes in motion, far side. Snap back to Clegg. Play action. Calls his own number, right side. Going to be taken down. Clint Jones comes up to make the stop. 1 yard loss to the 27. Another flag is down.
81 Grant Coleman coming from the backside defensive end, flushing Clegg out of that pocket and allowing him to run to the side over there where Clint Jones was located. And nice open field tackles for the Colonels. You like them converging and getting to the ball real quick. I believe the officials are
dead ball flag against Lee Academy, unsportsmanlike conduct.
I believe everybody's frustrated. We might just need to hurry up and get to halftime. I'm excited about this halftime. I bought me some tickets this year. I'm ready. I will gladly come out of this booth and accept my big check.
They will set this back to the 42 of Indianola Academy.
It's not 5,000, it's 10,000.
Yeah, 10,000.
My bad.
Don't short yourself now.
Well,
you would have been reminded when you got that heavy check.
Yeah,
it would have been $5,000 heavier.
As long as it don't bounce to the bank, I'm good.
2nd and 26 now for the Colts. Ball is at the IA-42. 5:30 to play before the half. Indianola on top, 32-13. High score. Clegg will send 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Has Mitchell in the backfield. Nolan goes in motion far side, takes a snap, looking to pass. Here comes Powell, wraps him up back in midfield, drops him for a sack. 8-yard loss, another sack for Ashton Powell. That is his 5th on the year.
The 10th grader having his way on the defensive line, doing a great job of owning these Lee Academy linemen, offensive linemen, just shucking around, and he did a nice swim move there at the last second. The way they teach that, grab that left shoulder, swim over their shoulder there with the right arm, and pull it down with the left at the same time. Nice swim move there by Ashton Powell, able to get in that backfield and make a big sack.
At the half, Starkville Academy leading Leak Academy 14-13. That's another game we're keeping an eye on. We need a Starkville win. Just all has to do with the power points and how they're assigned each week. Get another update on Washington as soon as we can. Now Powell gets in, gets the ball up, and knocks down the screen pass in the backfield. Boy, how about this defensive series for Ashton Powell?
Yeah, doing a good job. Powell got hit in the elbow that time. He got up so high, and nice leap and putting some pressure on the quarterback Clegg for Clarksdale Lee, and just getting to the backfield, and that's what you want to do, shake things up, as Clarksdale Lee was trying to set up a little center screen to their running back right there in the middle of the field. had a lot of blockers out front for him. Could have been a big play potentially for Lee if they were able to connect.
4th and 34. Flag is down. I believe the Colts jumped early.
Yeah, I was wondering when they were going to call that.
They've had enough of Ashton Powell.
Yeah, they have. Ashton doing a great job. We'll take the cheap 5 any way we can get it. Like Ashton is shaking some things up out there. 10th grader leading, man. That's what you like to see. Getting this Colonel's defensive unit going, also getting these fans excited.
4th and about 39 from the Colt 45. Clegg will go back to punt. Stand at his own 35. Lester back to return for the Colonels. Nearly blocked. The low line drive kick goes off the back of one of the Colt players. And it will be downed at the IA-38. Actually, they're going to put it at the 40. They say that's where it touched the Colt player. Well, Colonels call a break there. Had that one hit the ground, it could have rolled for a while. Instead, Colonels will take over 1st and 10 at their own 40. 4:09 to play before the half.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Unfortunate situation for Clarksdale Lee. Special teams hit him right in the back.
Backs are split. Davis will turn, hand off to Lester. Has running room straight ahead, close to the first down marker as he works up to the 49, a 9-yard gain. Will leave the Colonels with 2nd and 1.
Lester having a head full of steam, just getting in behind those blocking offensive linemen. They paved the way for him up front. Did a good job once he saw the opening, squirting through there and getting a much-needed 9 yards.
2nd and 1, quick pass, left side, caught by Kimball, and a nice open field tackle out of Andrew Morrison. No gain on the play.
Wow, very nice play there. After the catch by Kimball, that's hard to bring down in the open field. Andrew Morrison, give him credit. The defensive back playing man coverage very well and not able to get the first down for the Colonels was Kimball.
3rd and 1, handoff goes to Lester right side. He's got the first down with ease into Colt territory. They'll mark it at the 47, a 4-yard gain and a Greenville Motorsports first down.
I can say this is a physical game. I'm going to actually have to give Lester a Bill's Body Shop collision of the game nominee right there for the offensive line, plowing over several would-be tacklers for the Clarksdale Lee Colts team.
3:12 and clock running to go in the second quarter. Colonels 32, Colts 13. Davis back to pass, has time, throws right side in and out of the hands of Josh Hill. Had it in the breadbasket. Couldn't hang on. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Colonels.
Yeah, Josh Hill having that ball. He is normally money whenever it comes to making those catches like that. Just looked up to the last second, didn't watch the ball all the way in, dropped the ball. Unfortunate break for the Colonels receiving core.
2nd and 10. Kimball and Putnam come to the near side. Davis will turn, hand off to Lester. Spins out of a tackle in the backfield, works his way down to the 41 before he's taken off his feet. A 6-yard run. Leave the Colonels with 3rd and 4.
Well, Wesley Lester, they were running the counter play or the trap play there, pulling the backside guard and tackle. He didn't follow him, but don't worry about it. Let's get the much-needed yardage, giving us 3rd and short.
They'll give it to Lester again. Running room straight ahead. Has the first down. Another Bill's body collision as Lester runs over Jeffrey Corso on his way to the ground. They'll mark it inside the 35 at the 33, an 8-yard rumble.
That's what you call a pounding there, man. Wow. Hitting with authority. You like to see Wesley Lester with that head full of steam, making sure we get those chains moved.
Clock runs, 2:27 to go before the half. 1st and 10, Colonels. They'll pitch it right side to James Hill. Has running room and blockers. To the 20, to the 15, to the 10, 5, touchdown, James Hill. 2 touchdowns tonight, his first 2 of the season. This one from 33 yards out.
I got to give it up for James Hill. Great job running. Where that play got out and developed, he got in behind Wesley Lester running up front. Nice kick-out block. Once he figured out he had that head full of steam, James Roberts, the right tackle, getting downfield, making a nice block up front, able to vault James Hill into the secondary and allowed him to outrun his several would-be Colt tacklers. And great job getting into that end zone by James Hill.
Colonel's going to go for 2. Davis under center. He'll hand off to Lester. Fights into the end zone. He was stopped by 3 white shirts around the 2. and just muscled his way in for the two-point conversion. 40-13. Colonel's on top with 2:18 to play before the half. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back with Colonel football on Super Talk for the Delta.
Get ready for the woods at Outlaw Sporting Goods in Greenwood. Find stands, attractants, feed, ammunition, rifles, and shotguns. Outlaw is a certified Benelli dealer. Find boots and clothing from Southern Marsh, Cool, and Drake. We have a wall of handguns, archery range, bows by Hoyt, Elite, and Bowtech, crossbows, youth bows, Rage, broadheads, Yeti coolers in every size and color. Duck hunters, we have decoys, shells, and waders. If you need it, Outlaw Sporting Goods has it. When you leave Outlaw Sporting Goods, you just feel better. Outlaw Sporting Goods, Greenwood.
Right now, 1 in 3 drivers is cruising around in a state of skepticism, wondering how much value their car insurance company is really delivering. If you're one of those, State Farm agent Andy Daniels of Indianola can help you get to a better state of mind. He'll talk with you, listen to you, and he'll put together a policy that has you written all over it. From cost to coverage, backed by 24/7 customer support. Call State Farm agent Andy Daniels of Indianola, 887-1561.
Judson's kick taken at the 26 by Seth Campbell. Returns it left side across the 35-40 up to the 45, maybe the 46 before he's taken off his feet. John Clayton Chisholm getting downfield to make the tackle. They'll say 1st and 10 Colts at their own 46 with 2:10 to play in the second quarter. Indianola leading Lee Academy 40-13.
Credit Campbell, the return man for Clarksdale Lee, getting in behind his nice wedge up front. Those blocking up guys and getting much-needed yardage up front to give Clarksdale Lee nice field position to start this drive.
Clegg will work from the gun, takes the snap, hands off straight ahead. Barrett Mitchell, he's going to be wrestled down from behind. Lester coming up to make the stop, a 1-yard loss back to the 45.
Yeah, just trying to stretch the field and get around that corner. There was nothing doing there as Lester coming out of his linebacker position, making a nice read, trying to read that. It was a fear play run there, trying to figure out who's going to have the ball coming out of the handoff. Would the running back or the quarterback take it? Lester waits to the last second before making that decision. Makes the decision even harder on the quarterback. Does he want to pull it and run it himself, or does he want to give the ball? He gave it. Bad call.
2nd and 11. Clegg works out of the gun. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Has Mitchell in the backfield. They'll give it to him once again. Has a little running room straight ahead, then runs into Ashton Powell at the 49. A 4-yard gain will bring up 3rd and 7.
That young man, number 4, Barrett Mitchell, is pretty flexible there. As his leg just been a way that hurt me watching. I'm telling you, I got kind of hurt there watching that, which I guess with age, your bones don't bend like they used to, and I'm glad Mitchell is a young man.
3rd and 7 for Lee Academy from their own 49, under 50 seconds to play before the half. 27-point lead for IA. Boy, a pick 6 and a 2-point conversion would be nice here, huh?
I'll take it, Biden.
Snap back to Clegg. They're going to run the option to the left side. Clegg keeps it for himself and taken down shy of the first down marker. They'll put it at the Colonel 47. Houston Dana, Wesley Lester combining on the tackle.
Yeah, Houston Dana doing a good job up front for the Colonels, getting to the ball and making a play. Going to put Clarksdale Lee in a 4th down position situation here. I believe they're at a point where they have to go for it.
Yeah, they may not get another snap off. Yeah. 5 seconds left to go, and they're in no hurry. We will go to the locker room with the Colonels on top by 27, 40-13 over Lee Academy. We will step aside, take a 2-minute break. When we come back, we'll have the Larry Vance Scott Station halftime show. We'll go over the first half numbers, also double quick trivia coming up for you, as well as Brady's picks in the SEC this weekend. So stay with us. You're listening to Colonel Football on Super Talk for the Delta.
Local decisions made by local people. That's what you will get at Community Bank. You've been thinking about switching banks? Now is the time. Community Bank will handle all of your bank switching paperwork for you. We'll assign you your own personal secretary who will handle your former bank account, get you your new checks, fill out your direct deposit forms, and anything else you need. Just remember, we do the switch. You just enjoy Community Bank, a bank like no other. Community Bank, a proud Colonel booster.
Hey, this is Chris McLean with Indianola Electric. We would like to thank our loyal customers for your continued support for the past 36 years. We are in our second generation operating under the same family for over 3.5 decades. As an electrical contractor, we are here for all of your electrical needs, from service and repair to customized automation and controls. We also have a complete motor shop for new or rebuilt electric motors and generators. Give us a call today at Indianola Electric for all of your electrical needs at 662-887-3292.
Some call it low smoke ahead. Some can't even pronounce it, but everyone agrees that low smoke ahead has delicious, authentic Mexican food that makes your mouth water. Satisfied customers from all over the Mississippi Delta dine with Juan and his staff every chance they get, and you will too. Low smoke ahead also has a party room that you can reserve for birthday parties, anniversaries, and just a good time. You won't feel crowded, and the atmosphere is that perfect setting for authentic Mexican food. That's Low Smoke Ahead's Mexican Restaurant, Highway 82 in Indianola.
Hi, folks. Brady Smith with Sunflower Lumber and Home Center here to tell you about our company. Since the 1940s, Sunflower Lumber has been in the same location with the same mission we have today. That's customer service and satisfaction to the fullest. Our dedicated, knowledgeable staff is here to work for you, whether adding on to the hunting camp, updating your kitchen or bath, spring cleaning around your property, or replacing your roof. We're your first stop for all your project needs. Stop by today at 204 Highway 82 in Indianola, or give us a call at 662-887-1511 and see what shopping local can do for you. That's Sunflower Lumber and Home Center, and go Colonels.
Pecans are only the beginning of what you'll find at Indianola Pecan House. Stop in for gift items from your favorite universities, great silver and gold jewelry from designers like Ronaldo, gourmet food items, cupcakes, caramel and pound cake, pecan pies, all made fresh daily. And they also create custom gift baskets for any occasion. Come in and sample their most recent flavors of pecans, crunchy praline popcorn and crunchy praline. Serving pecans around the world for over 30 years from 1013 Highway 82 East. Indianola Pecan House, home of the original praline pecan.
Uh-oh, Cooper. I spilled my juice on the carpet. Uh-oh, Olivia. What are we going to do? Oh, no! We can call Paps. He can replace your carpet.
That's right, Olivia and Cooper. Your Pap at Robertson Floor Service has any kind of carpet for those big messes or those little spills to make it all better.
Call my Paps at Robertson Floor Service.
662-887-4477. We can make it all better.
Welcome back. Watson Cook, Brady Smith with you at the half. The IA Colonels leading the Lee Academy Colts 40-13. This is the Larry Vance Scott Station halftime show. Larry Vance's Scott Station is located on Highway 82 in Indianola next to South Sunflower County Hospital. Go by and see Larry get a hot breakfast 5 days a week. Go back, get a plate lunch, cold drinks and snacks available as well at the Larry Vance Scott Station. A lot of excitement in this first half. We saw the Colonels get on the board early and often, and then the Colts maintaining a fight throughout much of the first half, and then the turning point, the Stephon Smith big lick, it resulted in a penalty, and we've since learned resulted in a Smith ejection from the game. He was tossed. We did not pick up on that when that happened, but that was on a Willis interception return. It was called back. The Colonels able to pull away late second quarter and lead it at the break, 40-13. The good thing, if there's any good news to take from the ejection, is that the school gets to decide punishment on a player's first ejection of the year. So hopefully Smith won't have to sit out any time next week, first round of the playoffs. Look at some first half numbers for Indianola Academy. 325 yards offensively, 165 on the ground, 160 through the air. Will Davis is 12 of 20, 160 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. Randy Kimball with 5 grabs for 57 yards, 2 touchdowns. Thomas Putnam, 3 receptions for 27 yards and a score. Josh Hill, 1 grab for 52 yards. Wesley Lester, 1 catch for 7. Stephon Smith, 2 receptions for 17 yards. On the ground, James Hill, 4 carries, 47 yards and 2 touchdowns. Wesley Lester, 6 carries, 83 yards and a touchdown. Woods Toller, 1 carry, 27 yards. And Will Davis, 2 carries for 8 yards. On the defensive side, 7 total tackles and half a sack for Wesley Lester in the first half. Ashton Powell, 5 total tackles, 1.5 sacks, and a pass deflection. It was a screen pass he knocked down at the line of scrimmage. 4 total tackles for Stephon Smith. 2 for Woods Toller. Let's see, 2 fumble recoveries for Day-Day Willis to go, or excuse me, that should be 1 fumble recovery, 1 interception for Day-Day Willis. 2 total tackles for Clint Jones, 2 for Thomas Putnam, and 2 for Peyton Barnes. At the break, IA leading Lee Academy 40-13. What do you see the Colonels coming out doing in the second half? Do you put it back on the ground and pound it with Lester, knowing you got the playoffs on the way? Still plenty of time left in this game. Do you let Davis keep chucking it around the yard a little bit?
Partner, I'd rather go on and take care of business. We've seen that we got the live play in action there with passing situations. I know you're working on things. We can work on that in practice. So let's go on and get some healthy, well-rested bodies. Go on and let these fans that are going up to Oxford, Mississippi, go and get down the road. And maybe if you're going to Baton Rouge, you can get on down the road as well. But I think we should get a little rest, and let's go on and put this thing to bed. Let's go on and run the ball like we know we can against them, and call on these big hogs, those offensive linemen in the second half, and let's go on and put this thing away.
About 8.5 minutes left to go in the half. We'll go ahead and throw out double quick trivia for you. If you know the answer, call 662-207-8335. Be the first to call in and answer correctly. You'll win a $10 gift card from our friends at Double Quick. The Colonels looking to wrap up their 6th consecutive district championship tonight. We want to know, including this year, how many consecutive years have the Colonels made a postseason appearance? Including 2018, how many consecutive years have the Colonels made a postseason appearance? If you know the answer, call 662-207-8335 and try to win a $10 gift card from our friends at Double Quick. We're going to step aside and take a 2-minute break. We'll try to get a winner, and we'll be back with Colonel Football on Super Talk for the Delta.
David Smith Construction of Inverness is a proud Indianola Academy sponsor. At David Smith Construction, our reputation is building every day. And Coach Tommy Nestor and the Colonels have built a winning tradition that we are proud of. Whether it be commercial or residential, let us take care of your building needs. We've been building for satisfied customers since 1982, and we would love to add you to that list. David Smith Construction is located on Highway 49 in Inverness. Call David Smith today at 265-6060.
Indianola Collision has been a vital part of the Delta business community for over 6 years. Located on Highway 82 in Indianola, Indianola Collision is now certified to repair the new aluminum Ford trucks. And here's good news, we will handle your insurance work for you. All we need is your claim number. We know it's hard to be without your vehicle, and we now have rentals on site. Call us and we'll have a rental waiting on you. No delay. Scott Lofton says, thank you for your business. Without you, we wouldn't be here. For all your auto body repairs, call Scott or Derek at Indianola Collision at 887-2000. That's Indianola Collision.
Magic Mart Pharmacy is a proud supporter of IA football. We know it takes hard work and commitment to win football games. Come by and let us work hard to earn your business. Serving Indianola and the Delta area as your hometown pharmacy for 25 years. That's Magic Mart Pharmacy, located on Highway 82 East behind McDonald's, with a drive-through window for your convenience. Magic Mart Pharmacy, where your health is our business. Go Colonels!
Proud supporters of Colonel Football, the Tackett family, owners of Heartland Catfish Company, farm 7,200 surface water acres of catfish and 15,000 acres of grain land. That makes us the largest single grower of farmed raised catfish in the U.S. Heartland is committed to supplying our customers with the highest quality farm-raised catfish products. Be sure and eat catfish raised in the Mississippi Delta by looking for the Heartland seal, smooth, clean fillet cuts that meet the highest standards, just like Indianola Academy and Colonel Football. Heartland Catfish, a proud sponsor of Colonel Football.
Welcome back. Watson Cook, Brady Smith with you at the half. The IA Colonels leading the Lee Academy Colts 40-13. And we do have a winner on our double quick trivia, waiting on Brady to finish up his phone calls, and we'll get that winner for you. We wanted to know, including this year, how many consecutive years have the Colonels made a postseason appearance? The answer is 7. Who is our winner?
My brother, Martin Smith.
How about that?
I've had tons of people. Oh, well, I might could give it to Will had he called in instead of text. Will guessed 7 as well. A bunch of people guessed 9 years. Some guessed 12. We've been with them for 13, so we've been rooting for them to make the playoffs for 13 years, but we've only made it 7 years in a row.
Yeah, you go back to 2012, Colonels advanced to the second round of the playoffs, were knocked out at Marshall. 2013 and 14, they made it to the semifinals, and in 15, 16, and 17, playing for a state championship, getting the win in 2016. And hopefully we end up there again.
Yeah, I definitely hope so as well. I see Will Pitts has finally decided to call in and make his cameo appearance. I was wondering where his guest was going to be. I think he's already won, too, so I don't think he can win again, but glad you're calling and glad everybody's listening in. Wow, it's been nuts tonight, and it was awesome. This is what I'm definitely going to miss next year, all these fans from Colonel Nation calling in here and talking about these different things, trying to guess the double quick trivia. And this is the fun part of being a Colonel fan, talking up here, being this broadcaster, and all you wonderful fans. Glad to have everyone out there listening in, and definitely appreciate it, all the calls.
So how about the SEC schedule tomorrow?
I'm sorry, who won the money?
Oh, Matthew Miller.
Matthew Miller, wow, congrats, Matthew, awesome.
Yeah, I knew it wasn't you, or you would have left me high and dry a long time ago.
Yeah, I ain't worried about this phone.
So still a few minutes left in the half. Colonel's on top 40-13.
Yeah.
Starting at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning, Tulsa visits Arkansas.
Tulsa's got a good team. Arkansas playing at home, and I was kind of worried about them a little bit there. And but at the same time, I believe Arkansas is getting better week after week. They're going to have that heartfelt loss from last week against Ole Miss. That was a great game. I called it, partner. I said Ole Miss would win on the road in Little Rock this week. I believe Arkansas is going to take care of business against Tulsa.
Speaking of Ole Miss, they're in action at 11 o'clock also, hosting Auburn, who is desperately looking for a win.
Yeah, I'm telling you, a couple of weeks ago, I was very excited and amped up about Mississippi State's win against Auburn, and then the next week Auburn plays Tennessee at home and loses to them. Our win did not look so good then. Credit Tennessee. They're a team up and coming. They're on the rise. They're trending. They're getting there slowly but surely, and they got a new coach in Jeremy Pruitt. They got that team going back in the right Rocky Top direction. But at the same time, I believe Auburn's going to be pretty tough on the road in Oxford. I know some of my Ole Miss fans aren't going to be happy. I believe it's going to be too much, though, War Eagle, and they're going to take care of business on the road.
The 2:30 kickoff, Alabama at Tennessee.
Alabama at Tennessee. They play for something, and they smoke cigars. The winning team smokes cigars after the game. It's some crazy tradition that they have over there. I believe Nick Saban's going to be smoking that cigar again this year. Just too much tied in Rocky Top. Speaking of which, next year Mississippi State travels to Neyland Stadium. I will be making that road trip.
So I'm going to have to find a replacement for you that weekend?
Yeah, for sure.
I'll put it on my calendar. Memphis at Missouri, 3 o'clock kickoff.
Memphis at
Couple
Missouri.
of Tigers.
Yeah, really. I guarantee you that much. One thing for sure, the Tigers will win. I believe Memphis is going to be a little strong out there, and I guarantee you the quarterback, is it Malk for Missouri now? What's his name? Locke, not Malk. Locke. He's a very good quarterback, and he better have his A game tomorrow. Memphis Tigers going to bring it, but I believe Missouri's going to be too strong at home.
In Death Valley tomorrow night, Mississippi State at LSU. LSU riding high after a big win over Georgia.
And I hope we just catch them off that high. They just spent their whole load last week, and maybe we catch them down this week. But I believe it's going to be a tough and gritty game in Death Valley. You hate to play the LSU Tigers at nighttime. Could not believe that Georgia didn't have to play LSU last weekend in Death Valley at night. Nonetheless, LSU was able to take care of business at home, and I know my Starkville State fans are going to hate me as well. It's just going to be too tough there on the road in Death Valley. I believe it's going to be a defensive slugfest. It's going to be a low-scoring affair. The difference is going to be that LSU can pass the ball decent, and we're not a good passing team.
And wrapping up the SEC slate, Vanderbilt visits Kentucky, 6:30 kickoff.
Vanderbilt visiting Kentucky. This is actually going to be a good game. Derek Mason last week versus old Dan Mullen. I would have liked to have seen that rumble in the jungle. I thought they were going to square off right there at midfield. I guarantee you Vanderbilt's going to give Kentucky a good run for their money. Tennessee, Kentucky, this is actually kind of a border war. They're going to fight pretty hard against one another. Vanderbilt showing a lot of poise and determination last week, taking Florida a long game there and was beating them for the longest, and finally Florida was able to finish that game off. I believe Kentucky, though, at home is going to be too much to handle, and Benny Snell, he's a beast up front and running that ball, and I believe Kentucky's going to handle business at home.
Here in Indianola at the half, Indianola Academy on top of Lee, 40-13. We're a couple of minutes away from the start of the third quarter. Quick score update. They're heading to the fourth over in Greenville. Washington School on top of Central Hines, 21-14. Right now, Central Hines just a couple of thousandths points behind Indianola Academy for that one seed. We need the Generals to go on and knock off Central Hines tonight and try to secure that number one seed for Indianola Academy. So pour it on, Jens, if you can.
Yeah, that would for sure be tough. As like you mentioned, Central Hines would get the extra point for playing up in the classification against Washington School, and that would probably help their rankings a lot.
We will step aside, take a 1-minute break. When we come back, we'll wrap up the Larry Vance Scott Station halftime show and get you set for the start of the third quarter. You're listening to IA Colonel Football on Super Talk for the Delta.
There's something special about having that trusted friend by you each day. No matter what life brings, he's always there, ready to lend an ear, a smile, and even a helping paw. At Planters Bank, that's what we're here for. We believe in you, and we're cheering you on each and every step. And in the places we can help, we'll be giving you that extra push you need. Planters Bank, growing together. Member FDIC.
Whether you're mulching flower beds, exploring, or hunting, you've got to be ready for whatever comes your way. Doesn't matter if it's loose gravel, dirt trails, or no trail at all. John Deere Gators are built to handle it all. Head to your local Wade dealership now and get $400 off the Gator XUV 835M and $300 off all mid-sized XUVs. This offer ends on October 26, 2018. Some conditions apply. See johndeere.com or visit your local Wade dealership for details. Wade Incorporated, delivering service, solutions, and success since 1909.
Welcome back. Watson Cook, Brady Smith with you as we get ready to start the third quarter. IA leading Lee Academy 40-13. It will be Colts football to start the third quarter. They won the opening toss, deferred their option to the second half. Hopefully, Colonels catch a quick break here. We can get to that 35-point benchmark and run the clock here and get out of here. That was a long first half, partner.
It really was. Trying to remember here, Zach Whitfield is asking, who did the 2012 group get beat by?
Marshall.
That was second-round Marshall. That's exactly right, yeah.
We won at Central Hines in triple overtime in the first
went
round.
right after that, yeah.
And then Marshall beat us 20-15 up there the following week.
Quarterback Robertson, maybe?
Yes.
Was that when he was quarterback? Yeah, okay. I know one year he was up there because I remember him getting hurt on that field up there. And, okay, good.
All right, so I guess that's mutual consent. Yeah, we just got word they will run the clock here in the second half, even though the margin only 27 points. So, a handshake to Coach Rick Johnston across the sideline.
I guarantee I give him a fist bump.
Help Judson set to kick it away for the Colonels. The high short kick going to be taken on a fair catch by Chandler Wells. Chandler Wells, that name rings a bell. I believe there was a Chandler Wells playing for Adams County a couple of years ago when we beat them in the state championship. Obviously not the same one here, but Colts will have it first and 10 from their own 35, and the clock is running.
Yeah, that's nice, partner. I tell you, if you got anything to say, you better get it out real quick.
Yeah.
Not sure if we should bring back Herbie.
I don't know. If it doesn't result in a Colt touchdown here, I say go for it.
Yeah, really. but it was a good backstory for sure. Glad we could get it out, too.
Hayes Clegg will work from the gun on 1st and 10 for Lee Academy. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Nico Snolan goes in motion. Clegg calls his own number and going to be spun down after a 1-yard gain. Grant Coleman the first to get there. Lester coming in to clean things up. 2nd and 9 for the Colts.
So we got that's Cole Farrell, 9th grader on the sidelines, taking some snaps over here. Also, that 77 Ford Owen playing. I wonder where you honed in on his centering skills from.
2nd and 9 for the Colts. From the 36, clock runs with 10:25 to play, third quarter. Colonel's in control, 40-13. Clegg from the gun, 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Brings a man in motion near side. That's Nolan. He'll give it to him. Tries to stretch it to the near sideline. Going to be taken down. Josh Hill the first to get there as he works up to the 46, a 10-yard gain. That'll be good enough for a Colt first down.
These officials are even winding this clock. You're exactly right, partner. That first half did take a long time. That was a lot longer than I expected, especially for not as much scoring that was going on. A lot of talking back and forth with the officials amongst one another and kind of created a little confusion, and it kind of wound it out a little bit further than it should have been.
Colonels would be helped out tonight also by a Pillow Academy win. Right now they are trailing Magnolia Heights 20-13. That one with about 5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. 1st and 10 Colts from their own 46. Nolan comes in motion into the backfield. They'll hand it off to Campbell straight ahead, bounces left side. He's got a first down and more, works down to the Colonel 40 before he's taken off his feet. John Luther Selby coming over to make the stop.
Give this Clarksdale Lee team credit. This offense just not giving up, running the ball hard and passionately here and trying to get in that Colonel secondary and move those chains. As I like to see Coach Nestor getting a lot of bodies in there, getting some playing time for a bunch of different players.
40-13, Colonel's lead, 8:50 to go in the third quarter. Clegg brings the Colts to the line. He'll work out of the gun. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. Nolan comes in motion near side. They fake the give. They go to Campbell straight ahead. Ball is stripped.
Look at Ashton.
And Ashton Powell has recovered. Colonels will take over 1st and 10 at their own 30. Boy, Josh Hill and Lester got there at the same time, popped it loose. Ashton Powell with the recovery. The sophomore having one heck of a night.
Really is. He's definitely knocking on the door of being a Lost Pizza Defensive Player of the Game, as he has been nominated here several times and doing a great job when getting called upon on this defensive side of the ball for the Colonels.
With 8 minutes to go in the third, the Colonels take over 1st and 10 from their own 31. Going to see John Reese Jackson, Brandon Brown here on this offensive series. It's like Thomas Putnam will be the new quarterback. 1st and 10 from the 31. Putnam will turn, hand off straight ahead. Connor Moore had a surge initially, works up to the 36 before he's taken off his feet. 5-yard gain for Moore as James Hill is the fullback. You've got Ford Owen at center. Joining him on the offensive line, Cade Policini, Jeff Rainey. I'm going to get some of these other numbers for you. Grant Coleman is in there at tight end. John Luther Selby up front as well, along with, I believe that's Warren Toller. 2nd and 5, Colonels from their own 36. Putnam under center, play action ball on the ground. Putnam picks it up, running for his life in the backfield. Going to be taken down by Nico Nolan back at the 29. That's a loss of 7.
Well, just tough break there by the Colonels' offense. Trying to get more and more people in here subbed and get some more playing time for different people. You're going to have a few snafus like that. Fortunately for the Colonels, we get to regroup and play another play here, stay on the offensive side of the ball. They were able to get to it.
3rd and 12 for the Colonels from their own 29. Clock runs, 6:18 to play in the third. Big Blue on top, 40-13. Putnam will go under center. Two receivers to the near side, Jackson and Brown. Handoff goes to Connor Moore straight ahead. He's going to lose one back to the 28. Bring up 4th and 13, and we're going to see Josh Hill come on to punt for the first time tonight.
Got a lot of.
There we are. This is going to be James Hill, it looks like, to go back and punt.
Hey, got to see what we got in the breadbasket for next year. Might as well go and give him that playing time. Wonder who we got deep snapping for us. That's going to be the. Oh no, we're staying with Kimball.
Still got Kimball in there. Yeah, Will Davis.
And no sense in practicing up that backup snapper.
Yeah. 4th and long, James Hill on to punt. It's off a high spiral kick. Good effort out of the junior Hill. It will hit at the Colts 49, take a Colonel roll to the 39, and that's where it will be down. 33-yard punt out of Hill, no return. It will be 1st and 10 Colts from their own 39.
Well, give credit to Hill doing a good job there when on that special teams punt, getting the ball, fielding it cleanly, and nice punt there, giving his defensive unit, our special teams unit, extra effort to get downfield, ample time to get downfield, make some nice coverage downfield, and no return for Clarksdale Lee return team.
The clock continues to run, under 5 minutes to play in the third. Colonel's leading 40 to 13. Hayes Clegg continues to be the quarterback for Lee Academy. Maybe their sole option. We mentioned earlier they've lost 3 quarterbacks due to season-ending injury as the ball is loose on the ground. It's bouncing around and going to be recovered by the Colts. Boy, Dede Willis had a chance to get it. I don't know if it popped away from him. I believe Gaines Barksdale is who recovered for Lee Academy. They'll put it at the 40, so it nets in a 1-yard gain for Lee Academy.
Wasn't that Louisiana Tech that Mississippi State played last year where they kicked the ball for forever on that fumble? That was very reminiscent of that. Ball was just going all over the place. Unfortunately, it was going east and west instead of north and south, and that's what got Mississippi State so interesting on that fumble.
2nd and 9 Colts from their own 40. Ball is on the far hash. Clegg will hand off, ball on the ground again, recovered by Seth Campbell. Back to the 39, the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 10.
Ooh, both units got fumbleitis here tonight as neither team able to hold on to the ball. And I know these guys during practice all week long. Of course, they're not the main focus, and right now they're becoming the main focus. And it's all about timing. And, of course, you got live game action coming at you. The play, the rate of speed out there is a little bit different. You got a lot of butterflies running through these young men. Glad to see they're getting this play at time, though.
Starkville 20, Leak 13. That one midway through the third quarter. Here we've got 3 minutes to play in the third. Colonel's on top 40 to 13. Handoff goes to Barrett Mitchell straight ahead on 3rd and 10. He works to the 44 before he's taken off his feet. Braden Kimball coming up to make the stop.
Also, John Luther Selby in there as well, making the stop for the Colonels. Great job converging to the ball by the defensive unit there for the Colonels. Any other score updates?
That's what I'm searching for, trying to get an update on Washington and Central Hines. We'll grab that here in just a second.
You're going to have to teach Easton how to troll Twitter.
I don't know. That could be scary.
Yeah.
Nikos Nolan back to punt. Colonels don't send anybody deep. It will hit at the 31, take a short lead bounce to the I-829, and that's where the Colonels will take over 1st and 10 with 2:05 to play in the third.
Partner, not picking on him, but we were talking about that earlier with Samuel Rose, the way he used to kick, and Kurt brought it up. He just threw the way the tee. He just lay it sideways on the field, and I can remember that like it was yesterday. It's funny. Like I said, I've been reminiscing throughout the week, just thinking about different seasons, different players, how to run across them. You know, for the first 5, 6, 8 years, at least 6, you know, I never knew the players. If I passed them in public, I wouldn't know who they were because I didn't ever get to see their face or anything. You know, they're always wearing a helmet on the sidelines. Just kind of had to. I remember there were several times we passed and be like, "Who was that?" They're like, "That's so-and-so player." You know, you would tell me all the names of them. You knew them all. I just never got to see them. So it's interesting as time has elapsed. I know a lot of the players now.
1st and 10, Colonels. After the punt, they'll put it at the 30. Putnam will turn and toss it near side to Connor Moore, and he's taken down in the backfield, loss of 1. bring up 2nd and 11.
I guess also it's very helpful whenever they have these banners on the sidelines where you have the faces of all the seniors. It's you kind of get used to knowing them as well. Maybe it's cheating a little bit. That's so much
cheating you ain't trying, right?
Yeah, that's right. Exactly.
Unless you're Adams County. Sorry. I can throw that in.
You know, that's the worst thing about that. They knew at the beginning of that season that when you get that young man on the team, that something's wrong here. Something, there's got to be a red flag.
Movement up front, no whistle. Putnam runs the option left side, tosses to Moore. Let's see where they mark him out of bounds. They'll put it at the 30, so a 1-yard gain. He gets back to the original line of scrimmage. Will bring up 3rd and 10. Maybe the final play of the third quarter as the clock continues to run down to 20 seconds. Indianola leading Lee 40-13.
Not sure what Day-Day's doing down here on the sideline. Looks like he's trying to get the cheerleaders in some kind of rhythm over here. He was teaching them how to do a dance or something a second ago. Hopefully the live stream didn't catch that.
So you're saying it didn't look too good?
No, it did not look fluid.
Third quarter comes to an end. We'll go to the fourth with the Colonels on top 40-13. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back with Colonel Football on Super Talk for the Delta.
At South Sunflower County Hospital, we are getting patients back into full swing. When you need skilled nursing or rehab after a hospital stay, there's no finer care than South Sunflower County Hospital. Complete high-quality care right here in Indianola. Our on-site swing bed facility offers an individualized, hands-on approach to providing physical, occupational, and speech therapy services with easy access to physicians. Let us help you get back into the swing of things, closer to family, closer to home. South Sunflower County Hospital, your hometown hospital.
Born and raised in the Delta, we get it. We understand your connection to this land because ours is just as strong. It's not only been our home for 7 generations, but the home of those we care about. We value the natural resources of the Delta and the joy they bring to us. Our goal every day is to nurture and protect those as we continue to provide the best services possible to our customers. That's Gresham Petroleum Company, Indianola. Call 887-2160. That's Gresham Petroleum Company.
Welcome back as we start the fourth quarter. Colonels have 3rd and 10 from their own 30. They lead Lee Academy 40-13. We've got a score update on Washington Central Hines. We'll get that to you here in just a moment. Toss comes near side to Nolan Nichols, and he is stopped after a 1-yard gain to the 31. Washington midway through the fourth, still leading Central Hines 21-14, but the Generals marching, about to score, hopefully going to put it in, make it a 2-possession game.
It would be nice. Clint Jones checking in.
And we're going to have James Hill back there again to punt on 4th and 9. Got a running clock here in the second half. Colonel's on top of the Colts, 40-13. Hill will go back and stand at his own 19 as Lee will send Nikos Nolan back to return. He stands at the Colts 40. First punt out of James Hill was a 33-yard effort. This is a spiral kick. Nolan going to call for a fair catch and bring it in at the 40-yard line. 29-yard punt.
He caught it at the last second there, got his hands almost in his peripheral vision.
Yeah, very risky.
Almost messed himself up, but he was able to reel that thing in there and catch it cleanly.
So with 10:30 to go, Colonel's in control. Going to have some fresh faces in here defensively. Nolan Nichols in at the laser position. John Clayton Chisholm will be a defensive back. Brandon Brown, a defensive back. Connor Moore at the Rocket. Reeves Policini. Warren Toller, Braden Kimball up front. Jacob Sepulvedo, the middle linebacker. Grant Coleman, outside linebacker. John Reese Jackson is the free safety. 1st and 10 Colts from their own 40. Handoff goes to Barrett Mitchell around the right side, and he's taken down after a short gain. John Clayton, or I beg your pardon, that's 81. Grant Coleman, the first to get there. 1-yard gain to the 41.
Coleman's really a refreshing player as he has really stepped up and made some good plays for the Colonels this season. Always seems to be Johnny on the spot, getting to the ball, and that's what you like to see out of this younger generation of players, getting out there to the ball and being in on every play, and call his name an awful lot. Glad a good addition for the Colonels.
Try to get you a pillow update. Again, Colonels looking for wins out of Washington and Pillow tonight. Also, Starkville Academy to help ensure that they keep the number 1 seed in the playoffs starting next week. Hayes Clegg scrambles around the right side, going to be chased out of bounds by Coleman. He'll pick up the first down as he gets into Colonel territory. They'll mark it at the IA-49.
Nolan Nichols, 27, out there to try to make the tackle. Took a bad angle, and at the last second just couldn't get him wrapped up. It was a nice hustle, though, out of the young player. Glad to see him out there getting out and about. Definitely a better player than his father, Will Nichols, number 62. He's a terrible, terrible player. I think he hurt his leg last week. Probably out for the season.
1st and 10 Colts from the IA-49. Ball is on the right hash. Washington has scored to go up 28-14 over Central Hines. 5 minutes left in that one. Clegg runs the option left. Ooh! Gets it to Mitchell, and he's hammered there. Jacob Sepulvado and Jeff Rainey coming up to combine on the stop.
I might actually have another Bill's Body Shop collision of the game there for those two young men. Would love to see them get the nomination nod.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. Clock continues to run. Under 8 minutes to play. Again, won't know anything for sure until the final PowerPoints are released later tonight. But the hope is if Washington can hang on, knock off Central Hines, the Colonels going to hang on here. And will hang on to the number 1 seed. The question then becomes, where does Adams County fall in the bracket? Certainly don't want them to have to come here next week. That would be a brutally tough first-round matchup, but we'll see how that shakes out. 2nd and 10, Clegg looking to pass, throws right side, incomplete, great coverage downfield. That was Nolan Nichols going over to break up the reception. That'll leave the Colts with 3rd and 10.
A nice pop. The intended receiver did catch the ball, and Nichols broke it up there with a nice helmet hit right on the ball, going for it, stripping it out of the hands of the intended receiver. Very nice tackle in the open field. I believe you were talking about those PowerPoints and all. If any of y'all know Selden Van Cleve and his phone number, you could probably text him about an hour after this game, and he would have a pretty good idea of where everybody's going to be sitting. He is he's a whiz at that stuff there. I remember I called Watson several times. Man, talk to Selden. He knows it.
3rd and 10 Colts from the IA-49. Nolan goes in motion far side. He'll take the handoff. He's got the first down and more, loose down the sideline. Houston Dana giving chase. There's not many people Houston Dana can't catch, but Nikos Nolan is one of them as he takes it 49 yards for the touchdown.
Houston did have the wrong angle on him, just could not catch back up with him and overcome that. Had to come from the backside, Houston did, and got to give it credit to Nikos Nolan running hard there and getting in that end zone for the Lee Academy Colts.
5 plays, 60 yards on the scoring drive for Lee Academy as they're back on the board. Makes it 40-19 with 6 minutes to play. Basha on for the extra point. Snap is back. Kick is up from Basha. Goes high in the air. Does it sneak in? Yes, it does. Makes it 40-20. A 20-point game, 5.5 minutes left to play. Score update, Mag Heights 27, Pillow 20. They've got about 10 minutes left to go in that one. Hopefully the Mustangs can come back. We'll keep it here as the clock continues to run. Colonel's going to get it back. Let's pick up a couple of first downs and put this one to bed.
What has Bill got going on here?
He's always somebody fired up, apparently.
Yeah, somebody getting fired up, trying to get these people in the stands and bleachers.
Maybe Bill wants to get in on the dance that Day-Day was teaching.
That's got to be it. He does a great job firing up the troops week in and week out. I always hate when he can't make the trip up to North Delta and Batesville.
So Basha set to kick it away. Clock continues to run. 4:40 to play. John Clayton Chisholm, Brandon Brown are back deep to return for the Colonels.
I did get a score update, 20-13 Starkville with 9 minutes to go.
Leading leak. Hopefully the Volunteers can hang on. Not many times we get to say that. John Reese Jackson takes the kickoff. Looks to hurdle the defender. Can't do it. Going to be taken down at the 38 by Landon Wong.
You've been practicing all these names all night, hadn't you, partner? Adams is up on Central Private, 47-14.
Yeah, like, we mentioned in the open, talking with Sheldon Van Cleve, like you mentioned a minute ago, talking with Clete Putnam, one of the coaches here at Indianola Academy. Everybody feels confident that even though Adams came into the night 3 games behind the 16th seed, they're going to be able to jump several folks and get into the playoffs, as the Colonels have 1st and 10 from the 39, 3:30 to play. Cole Farrell is the new quarterback, and he will hand off to John Clayton Chisholm.
28-14 Washington School now.
Chisholm picks up 2 to the 41.
I love this. Mitchell Terrell. I think he has been watching. Yeah, it's his birthday.
Oh, my goodness. Apparently it's his daughter Kelly's birthday.
Oh.
He is down on the track providing a birthday present. I promise she will never forget. She may want to, but she'll never forget it.
I should be filming this.
Farrell will turn, toss left side, Leland Selby, and he stops. No gain on the play.
I'm sure somebody is filming it somewhere.
Yeah, it'll end up, it's probably on Facebook already.
I hope, I found out that it was actually Will Nichols' birthday tonight as well, and so I gave him that shout-out on that play that he got in there, and I hope he was able to listen.
What you were doing all along.
Yeah, yeah, really. He's always told me he wants to get in and play, so I finally kind of put him in there on the IRL injured reserve list.
3rd and 8 for the Colonels. Cole Farrell goes under center, I formation in the backfield. He'll hand off to his fullback. I believe that was Help Judson on the carry. Bring up 4th down for the Colonels. Sorry, that was 8. Reed Terrell, I apologize. So Reed Terrell gets the carry. Kelly Terrell gets the birthday present, and Mitchell Terrell's going to be sore in the morning.
Yeah. He's just getting warmed up for the Grove. I guarantee he'll be up there tomorrow.
1:40 to play. 40-20. Colonels on top of Lee. James Hill will go back to punt. The Colts do not send anybody back deep. It'll be a spiral kick. Boy, that looked like a Will Davis pass. That was a rocket, and a tight spiral will go down and land at the Lee 19. So another good effort out of James Hill. Colonel Cheerleaders dance team feeling good. Looks like everybody's in celebration mode as now we will await the final PowerPoint and see where the Colonels land next week.
Well, all we did is our job. That's all we could do. Watson just couldn't ask for anything else. Just come out here and take care of business. It doesn't matter if you win by 1 point or you win by 100. And, we won tonight, took care of business. That's all we can ask for.
Josh Hill getting in on the dancing.
Nice. I do see Stephon did come back out and make a cameo. He's in his street clothes there, though. Couldn't come out and participate in second half activity playing. Was out, ruled ineligible for this half, but glad to see him at least out here in good spirits, wanting to celebrate the Colonel's victory.
23 seconds left. The Colts will take a knee, and Clegg having a little fun out there.
Yeah, really.
Colonel defense came up, fake the throw after the knee, and that will bring this one to a